I linked him up. I linked my lawyer up with Noah in trouble. I don't think what he's in it could be considered trouble. The irony of everything is that Ethan sent a cease and desist to Noah for his YouTube video where he details how Ethan Klein and many other content creators, including Mudahar, have played a role in defending Israel's genocide. Right? Intentionally, unintentionally, doesn't matter. Ethan was like, how dare you? How dare you make a YouTube video about me? I'm gonna sue you. But he didn't actually do that. He just sent him a cease and desist. This is ridiculous to do.
So you guys know Noah Samson, right? Noah Samson, who's continuously kept calling Chud Logic like a groomer. Where's like I want to find this. Is it YouTube fake nice guys? Is that it? He would just go on like unprompted rants to respond to about like Chud Logic being like a child groomer. He ended up getting banned from Twitter, actually.
This Chud Logic guy, I called him a pedophile for, I think, more tangible reasons. He was horny texting an 18-year-old fan of his in his Discord. He was in his mid-30s, so like...
This is a great sentence. Now, again, I will tell you, I'm not going to pull like the 18-year-old TikTok perspective. He has since walked this back. I personally think his walk back was terrible, but he did walk it back, right?
At least 35. I said 37.
And by the way, he does mention 18 here. I don't think he was knowledgeable to the age when he made the tweet, but I could be wrong.
Remember exactly what it is. In these messages, he frequently references or kind of asks about her virginity. He says, I'm going to penetrate the shyness. She says, you just don't understand me because you're a boomer. And he says, nah, you're just a shy virgin, lol.
Nicholas!
Don't be sorry, you're awkward. I know you are shy. It's how I know you are a virgin, lel. They got on my ass saying the fact that she's 18 makes this chill, but even this guy...
No, it makes it not pedophilia. Those DMs are objectively hilarious. They're objectively cringe, but they're not pedophilia.
It's weird for a 35-plus-year-old man.
Yeah, weird is one thing. Pedophile is another term entirely. You slandered him by calling him a pedophile.
Talking like this to an 18-year-old. Well, it's just inappropriate for me to be flirting with someone who is underage or even young like 18. It's supposed to be half your age plus 7.
And like in the messages, it's literally like, I don't want to talk to this person if you're even young like
Nicholas!
18.
Thank you for the
like it's weird to flirt with someone who's underage or 18 years old.
Flirting with
like in the messages that he's calling him a pedophile on.
Someone who is underage or even young like 18. It's supposed to be half your age plus 7. So yes, technically you guys got me. He's not a pedophile, he's an ephebophile. This is a meme, it's the debate lord meme.
Pedophile has like a massive connotation to it that a bebophile fucking does it. Rob's Media, FYI, Noah unlisted most of his response videos to me, wuss behavior. Thank you so much. That's obviously Rob's Media, who's made a couple videos we've covered on the channel.
Differentiating, and if you have to differentiate...
The term pedophile refers to people who are attracted to those that are prepubescent. Then there's something called a hebophile.
Yeah, one of those is like a crime, you fucking scumbag.
People are attracted to those in the early stages of puberty, like 11, 12, 13, 14. And then there's something called an ephebophile. That's people attracted to those in the later stages.
And you don't understand, the person who sounds most like a pedophile when they're explaining it is the guy who's explaining the 3 different phile words, or philia words. Like, the person who goes, oi mate, you're actually an ebophile. And people are like, what the fuck is an ebophile? Because most people don't know that terminology unless some stupid British guy has said it to you. I think it's Alex was like the first one I ever heard say it, right? You sound infinitely creepier knowing the individual definitions of these words and what age ranges they pertain to. I think when you're trying to explain the difference, you sound like a pedophile because somebody goes, wait, what the fuck is a bebophile? And you're like, oh, I'm glad you asked. It's a person who's attracted to people between the ages of 17 and 21. Oh, and the difference is what a hebophile is.
He's not a pedophile, he's an ephebophile, and a weirdo and a groomer. Because again, this was a
Now it's a groomer, now it's a groomer, now it's a groomer, dude. There we go, just throw another one.
Ooh,
guys, I've corrected the pedo word, now it's a groomer.
Personally, as a 35-year-old man. And again, she was underage, but she lied about it, so not a pedophile. Just all those other things.
Here's where I'll make a correction from the last time I talked about it.
By the way, and just to be clear, okay, just to be clear right now, this is like more information about what we were just talking about. The reason why Noah Samson went after Chud Logic is because he made a DK made a thumbnail that Noah didn't like, so he just called him a pedo freak streamer, saying he should be rounded up and killed, okay? That's what he did. Noah Samson went on his main fucking, well, not a main account, I don't know if it's his main account. He literally came out and said that, like, he's a who should die. So I'm just super curious. Why do I care if this guy gets sued, even for like malicious reasons? Even in the worst case scenario. And by the way, the video that Chud made that was really bad is the super mega video that like, I think he ended up being mostly right about this. This is prior to the super mega story 180ing. Yeah, pedo freak streamer. And then he followed that tweet up with, I use the word pedo because he is 37 who groomed minors on Discord. So again, minors being 18 years old, he gets that wrong in the tweet. That's a pedo. Now, not only is he calling him a pedo freak who needs to die, he's then defaming him in this tweet, okay? Then the evidence he posted is literally Chud asking someone's age and confirming the girl is legal, then stating he wouldn't even flirt with an adult who's around the age of 18 because it's not appropriate. So again, these are the messages in full. He cut them, right? Okay, serious. How old are you? If you don't mind me asking. Why you ask? I don't know. It's good to know if we're chatting. If you don't want to tell me, that's cool. I'm 33, old boomer. Boomer, yup, that's me. I'm legal, so you won't get in trouble if that's what you're wondering, okay? Then, next question. Lol, sorry, had to ask. That's why most people ask, God, awkward much? Well, it's inappropriate for me to be flirting with someone who's underage or even young, like 18. It's supposed to be half your age plus 7. I don't know, sorry, I'm awkward. Don't be. Are you awkward about talking to me like this? If you don't like it, you can say, you're cool. Don't be sorry, awkward. I know you're shy or whatever. It's because I know you're a virgin, right? So like in these messages, he's like asking this person's age, trying to make sure they're an adult or like even 18 years old. And again, the messages like that he's showing is like, oh, this is him flirting with her. This is like while he's asking how old she is. I'm sorry. You can call him a loser. You can call him like cringy. You can call him pathetic. But Noah Samson sent messages of a girl saying she's 18 and then tweeted that he's a pedophile grooming minors on Discord. That's not my screenshot. I just blew up his screenshot that's in his tweet. This guy linked evidence, okay, of him talking to somebody that he believed to be 18 and said that he groomed minors on Discord. This guy does deserve like endless debt. This guy has earned generational debt. It's not going to be Chud that delivers it to him. And then I said, not to mention, this guy smearing Chud has this mustache. Much bigger danger to kids. The warning signs are there, okay? I'm making a joke about his pedophile mustache, which, by the way, he has since shaved, so he agreed with me. He has conceded to the allegations. This is the worst mustache in YouTube, and it is gone. Those texts should never come out. I agree with you. I think it's super cringy. But again, you're literally showing, yeah, this is a person saying I'm legal, I'm an adult, rather, not I'm 18. This is them saying I am over the age of 18. So at this point, Chud doesn't even know if he's talking to like a 18-year-old, 19-year-old, 21-year-old, 22-year-old, 25-year-old. All he knows is they're over the age of 18, and this guy reported it as minors. So yeah, that's how that works. I think he ended up walking it back in... He keeps talking about Chud. There was like 3 separate videos I saw that all had Chud in it. Yeah, this is it.
I just saw Keffel's tweet.
Okay, so the first point...
So that now that he shaves his mustache here, and he's immediately more rational, okay? He like shaved his mustache and it let go of the spirit of the animal. The beast has left his body.
That Rob brings up is the Chud Logic allegations. So in my video, I retracted the accusation that Chud Logic was a pedophile, but I did it in sort of a backhanded way.
You called him a groomer. It wasn't a sort of backhanded way. You said, hey, I got this like verifiably wrong on screen. You're a groomer now.
Play that now. So yes, technically you...
Yeah.
So yeah, I do want to unequivocally retract that he's a pedophile.
Which is good, by the way. I'm happy to hear it.
Well, that I called him a pedophile. I shouldn't have done that, and I'm sorry to Chud Logic for doing that. I got some feedback from CSA survivors about how we shouldn't throw that word around.
Oh, okay. No, a bunch of people who've been raped ran up to, or like molested, ran up to Noah and said, hey, you probably shouldn't call Chud Logic a groomer. And at that moment, he learned what rape and child actually was. Like, this is like the iDubbbz of rape. This is so ridiculous, dude. Oh, the reason why I realized I was wrong isn't because I was wrong. It's because a bunch of people who've been abused came to me and told me this was fucked up.
Sorry to Chud Logic for doing that.
He learned empathy from the...
I got some feedback from CSA survivors about how we shouldn't throw that word around without evidence.
Dude, without evidence. You have the evidence. The evidence was in the tweet.
Because it cheapens the word's meaning. And I think that makes perfect sense. I've always loved internet humor like this, you know, extreme
You have the
hyperbolic
evidence. She said she was 18 and you minor, bro.
Insults, like quote tweeting a Zionist that's mocking Palestinians being killed and saying, hey, chat.
Dude, a pedophile, all right, is attracted to children. If someone lies about their age and their interactions are Discord screenshots, there's absolutely no evidence that Chud Logic would be attracted to minors. It's impossible to come to that conclusion based off the shit that you posted.
Someone should probably beat this guy to death with hammers. Or in Chud's case, you know, he was putting scantily clad photos on the thumbnails of videos that were scrutinizing sexual assault allegations. Hey guys, we should melt this pedo guy in a cast iron cauldron. It's ridiculous. It's a product of Twitter culture, and it's always been hilarious to me. What I've learned over time, though, is that doing this is not worth it. It's not worth the trade-off.
Dude, it's, you know, Cartman, I've learned a lot today, okay? It's not worth calling Chud Logic a pedophile because it's like, I get all these fucking sexual assault survivors knocking down my door and nobody wants to talk about this stuff. Who wants to talk about rape all day? That's super bad, all right? I've learned that it's way too much work dealing with false allegations, so I just don't make them anymore because it's really annoying.
Off in punishment. I got banned from Twitter for this and other similar statements. My cope for almost 2 years now has been that I was leaving.
Guys, I got banned from fucking Twitter, dude. If I didn't call Chud a pedo and say he should die and say that other people should die on Twitter, I would still have my account. That's the lesson that I've learned.
Oh, is that doing this is not worth it. It's not worth the trade-off in punishment. I got banned from Twitter for this and other similar statements. My cope for almost 2 years now has been that I was leaving anyways and that Elon broke the site and made it Nazi site. And that's true in part. I've been on Blue Sky lately and it's 10 billion times better. You should follow me on there if you want. However, having access to my audience on other platforms is genuinely pretty helpful, especially when it comes to the more serious.
So it's literally, I'm not sorry. It's like, I don't want to deal with this at all. So again, this is who we're talking about here. This is the guy. This is Noah Samson. So I'm coming to you at the front, at the top of the segment to let you know that I am biased. And it's not pro-Ethan, it's anti-Noah Samson. I will tell you if I think the lawsuit is stupid. And when we get to the Mudahar section, you bet your ass I'm going to say that. Okay? But I am not defending this guy. And I will sooner not talk about this ever again.
I really
after the stream.
Why?
Serious political side of things, like the stuff I've been covering lately. And it would be nice to be able to talk about it with, you know, my audience and the people I know. But thanks to stuff like this,
thank you for the 20 gifted.
I don't have that anymore, which sucks. So to anyone that wants to do
Russ Cheney, appreciate it.
Content online, as funny as it may feel to post stuff like this or make hyperbolic death threats, as fun as the word pedophile is to throw around at people you don't like, from some ordinary gamers, but these guys look nothing alike. I think Rob just identified.
Dude, that screenshot is insane.
I think Rob is trying to make a joke here and say that this guy looks like Mutahar from some ordinary gamers, but these.
Okay, guys. All right, listen. Anywho, this is Noah Samson. And by the way, I saw this today. I'm just going to play the opening shot for this.
Israel is currently enacting its final solution on the Palestinian people.
Dude, this is the state of BreadTube right now. Holy shit, bro. Okay. Sorry. Sorry, we're good. All right. So obviously Noah Samson put out this video that he's getting in trouble for, I guess. This is the thing he's getting sued for. 900,000 views, said the YouTubers who backed a genocide, with Turkey Tom, Mudahar, Lonerbox, and Destiny in the thumbnail. Apparently Lonerbox and Destiny were like in and out of this thing, right? This is the video, 900,000.
If you like my videos and want to help me make more of them,
I don't, and I'm not going to.
Hassan Piker. In this video, the host, YouTuber Ethan Klein, alleges that the political streamer Hassan Piker is an extremist that supports terrorism and terrorist groups.
And over time, I started to learn that my co-host, he really likes terrorists.
Promotes anti-Semitism and is radicalizing his viewers to do the same. He accuses
Lonerbox
Hassan
wasn't in
of
the
being
video.
raped.
Wait, are you saying that Lonerbox isn't in this? I still have never watched this because apparently it's like it's an hour of politics. I'm not watching an hour of politics. I'm not interested in it. The only part that I'm interested in is when I'm in it. Because I'm in this. So you're saying that I'm in this video and Lonerbox is not in this video? Is that what you're telling me right now? Am I going to take chat's fucking word on that? Is that really what's happening here? I'm in the video and fucking Lonerbox is not in the video? Hold on. Yeah, dude, look.
There were direct material incentives on YouTube for the past
most people. I never talked about it. Most people don't know I'm in this video.
few years. There's a big industry that's exploded in popularity, and it's based on a simple concept. Hassan, bad.
It's actually based on like YouTube drama and current trending topic, just to be clear.
Hassan Piker is bad, and he's dumb, and bad and a terrorist, probably. We can call this the Hassanabi Dunk Video Industrial Complex. It's common for YouTubers
Yo, that's me!
during low view months to join in on the fun. And
What are the low view months, by the way? I'm just wondering. What are the low view months where I was covering the like those specific videos? Low view months. Let's go to Hassan playlist. I'm pretty sure this was like December, right? Like When was...
Video is bad already, and it's based on a simple concept. Hassan Piker is bad, and he's dumb and bad and a terrorist, probably. We can call this the Hassanabi Dunk Video Industrial Complex. It's
I started this thumbnail scheme.
common for YouTubers during low view months to join in on the fun and make the...
Yeah, he's mad. Would you consider November to be a low view month? I wouldn't consider low... I feel like that's not the case. November is like a high view month. It's literally up to Christmas. What are the other
These
ones?
types of visual complex. It's common for YouTubers during...
He's mad. This is 4 months ago. What Frogan face? This is definitely January.
She's a
right? Like he found one for... Oh, this is March. This one was... These are November videos. These are high view months. That's not even true.
Low view months to join in on the fun.
I literally just got tired of making thumbnails, and I thought, what's a way that I could blur a background, stick a face on, and then add some text? So I literally, it was like a parody. All my thumbnails are intentionally shit. And if they work, they work. If they don't, they don't. We're the it's mad, she's back, he won, it's over, I hate Alex. That one's kind of, okay. Major loser, they mad, loves kids, he's mad, they suck, total freak, stop this, bad video, call out, crazy band, nearly died, clap back, dead wife, he's mad, big liar, horror cow, still mad, blind rage, I'm mad, he's mad, it's bad, it's sad, he's back, she lied, he won, her pass, she's mad, bad man. Like, this is all slop. It's intentionally slop, 100%.
Make these types of videos taking short clips
Dude,
from
he just did the Fairly Odd Parents theme song. Yeah, literally.
Hassan's thousands of hours of live streaming to misrepresent what he's saying, usually parroting the exact same
Dude,
talking
the
points they're
horror cow
getting
one
from
is
the same
massive.
YouTubers in the same community. They're watching each other's videos and making each other's videos. It's kind of like a perpetual cycle of dumb guy slop. It's interesting to see YouTubers that typically cover TikTok drama and gaming content randomly giving their opinions on genocide and geopolitics, but that's the result of
Because you make it drama. Because you're not genocide and geopolitics. You're YouTubers. Hassan Piker isn't genocide and geopolitics. He's watching bad empanada videos on his live stream while he eats his avocado toast and says nothing. That's why it's drama, because he says stuff during those streams that are YouTube drama, unfortunately
an
for you.
ecosystem. It's not about the politics. It's
Yeah,
about
ASMR. Noah Samson broke into your house and is like licking your ear.
about making money by attacking a guy they don't like because the guy in question happens to be a political content creator. They have to try to do politics. It's really funny to watch, honestly. It's also wild because the political content creator in question is an anti-genocide content creator, and the arguments they're attacking him for are anti-genocide arguments. So these creators, they're positioning themselves in opposition to him and his arguments, de facto positioning themselves on the pro-genocide
What is Hassan's position on, like, I'm just curious, like, what does he think about the Uyghurs, like Taiwan?
side. Anti-genocide is pro-genocide. It's quite the precarious
Or like Tiananmen Square or whatever.
predicament they've placed themselves in. Do they realize it? No. Do they care? Probably not. But that's
It's like anti-genocide, that the bad genocide. Okay, so this is the fucking video, right? This is what it is. I don't like Hutch. I don't know why I'm playing this. This is brought from the slander video. Noah completely understands. Okay, I don't care about this. So then Mudahar puts out this statement, which is really bad. This is actually, I think, prior to a formal declaration that people were being sued. So Mudahar goes, "Ooh boy, me, Mudahar here. In the last couple of weeks, a YouTuber named Noah Samson has uploaded a bit of an oopsie video labeling me as a genocide supporter in the title. And basically, ladies and gentlemen, I was in the thumbnail. Today, me and the team sat down to watch them, and well, I couldn't find a single clip of me supporting the Israeli government or any of those genocidal practices. Normally, I'd not engage with the discourse, but this has affected my business. Business." He spelled business wrong. "Ladies and gentlemen, it has bled into my personal life, and as a Muslim," he's Muslim? Okay. "As a Muslim, I've always supported my people, and I've never talked about this topic with much political knowledge. That said, ladies and gentlemen, you don't need to be knowledgeable to stand against the injustices by the IDF, journalists, and civilians who have recently been killed in a wave of attacks, ending a short-lived ceasefire. Ooh boy, that's never okay, and it needs to end. Hopefully in my lifetime it does." Okay, ladies and gentlemen, in regards to Noah and his defamation, I never want to financially harm or bring a lawsuit to any creator, but slander like this is far too extreme and unchecked, which at this time, we're exploring legal action against Noah for this oopsie-daisy defamation and slander. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be exploring legal action against Noah for defamation and slander. But yeah, this is the statement, and it's like, Mudahar wasn't on Twitter. He returned to Twitter to post an iPhone notes. Like, he was struggling to post this so quickly, he didn't even wait for the scroll wheel to disappear, all right? He spelt business wrong. This has affected my business. And has bleed into my personal life, dude. Like, this is like, this is fucking ridiculous. Right? Was this guy like gun to his head? I have to tweet this. Did Ethan hire fucking? To be honest, is Mossad the good people or the bad people? That's gonna get clipped. I don't know. Did he hire Mossad to like hold a gun up to his head to write this fucking thing as quickly as possible? It depends. Good. That's a good fucking point, Bloink. Very, very bad. The very bad people. Okay, well, I don't know if I should take your word for it because you'll get me in trouble. It depends on who you ask. Yeah, that's a good point. All right, are they killing more or less women and children than other side? Does that make me a coward to ask that question? Yeah, Mossad is CIA for Israel. Oh, and CIA is in America is bad because they did everything, right? I don't know, bro. I don't know anything about politics. You guys keep trying to typecast me as this guy is a fucking secret crypto fascist. No, I'm retarded. Okay, I don't think about any of this in my spare time. I learned all of this against my will. You guys are gun to my head, literally telling me to learn about this. But yeah, so Mudahar came out here. Me and my team sat down to watch the video, and I couldn't find a single clip of me supporting Israel. So this is how it went down. Apparently, according to Mudahar, what is this? March 25th, chat. What's March 25th? Is it a sizzling Sunday afternoon? No, it's a Tuesday. So Mudahar woke up on a Tuesday, contacted his lawyers, had them in the room to watch a YouTube video. And then instead of sending a cease and desist or posting something that their lawyers had written up, right? I guess, is me and the team Ethan or is it the lawyers? I don't... He just put out this notes thing where half the words are spelled wrong. And some of it is like broken English to announce a lawsuit. And this is like par for the course with current Mudahar. The Mudahar who made the videos on the completionist would never do this. This is like post-brainworms pussification Mudahar that did this, so I'm not shocked at all. A year ago, this would have caught me by surprise. Nowadays, this is how I come to expect. Him and his notes app. Yeah, I don't know. It's fucking crazy. Twitter crop just did this real dirty. Hey Mudahar, I just wanted to let you know that after Noah Samson spent 2 hours saying anyone who doesn't call Israel is a baby killer, he gave a pretty strong suggestion that people should be violently protesting to resolve this issue multiple times. He deleted one of them. Yeah, Lonerbox actually posted this. That's a good point.
The West have the most power.
I didn't even have this queued up. Yeah, he pulled this out of the video where he was like implying violence.
The world to stop the genocide. We are living in the belly of the beast. We have direct geographical, physical access to the politicians, the propagandists, the weapons companies, and the supply chains that are facilitating this genocide. Protesting is great. We should keep doing that. But also, I feel like we have to be honest with ourselves. 17 months in, and what is protesting actually accomplished? Raising awareness, sure. Divestment, yeah.
This is a fucking crazy person.
Some places, but really politically, materially, nothing. Israel just killed the most children in its history in a single night with total impunity, with a deafening silence among the Western media. If we want this genocide to stop, it's time to escalate.
Nothing like a white guy saying that there's a Middle Eastern conflict that we need to start fucking taking the streets and burning shit down or hurting people over. It's just like a stereotype, dude. Like the white savior complex.
That's all I'm saying. So anyways, yeah.
Nothing like a white guy saying we should really escalate from peaceful protest over a fucking a fucking catastrophe hundreds of thousands of fucking miles away or whatever. Thousands of miles away, rather. Have you seen the video by Think Before You Sleep? I don't fucking know. I to be honest, I don't know if... Is Think Before You Sleep like a really reputable person to be talking to about this? I don't want to like shit on the guy because I don't know enough about him, but I've seen him like tangentially in dramas, and he isn't really somebody that I'd want to approach about this. But maybe I'm wrong. We wouldn't be here if y'all voted for Kamala Harris. Wouldn't Kamala Harris have like had a equally hard stance? Isn't that why they didn't vote for Kamala Harris? People don't like him because he comes off as too right-wing. I don't know. I'd have to do some research. Mike from PA thinks that being sued automatically makes Ethan Klein guilty of whatever crimes are in the lawsuit. So by that stance, Mike from PA has probably come out and said that Noah Samson is guilty. This is the Reddit thread talking about this. The age of streamer lawsuits are upon us. It might be the age of streamers threatening lawsuits. Ethan also threatened to sue Noah after the first video. Future mod post, moving on from some ordinary gamers. There's a higher bar for defamation for public figures. He'd essentially, I'm not a lawyer, don't come at me, have to prove Noah is intentionally or knowingly lying about Mudahar in order to hurt his reputation in business. They can look into options all they want, but there isn't a reason why, and this is probably what I would assume is the case, but again, I'm not a lawyer, I have no idea. I can't imagine they're going to take a big fucking settlement from owning, who knows, dude? Who knows? Because, like, this Billy Mitchell Carl Jobst lawsuit, now, even though it's in Australia, I don't think the precedent matters, right? Maybe it, I don't think so. No. That just blew my mind for what could be possible, right? Yeah, different laws. But, like, I just saw that happen, and it was just like, huh. But again, isn't Australia's defamation standard similar to the UK? So that might not be... In the United States, I don't think... How do they win this? Also, how does this work? How do you join a... How does a Canadian citizen join this lawsuit? How does that work? What are the mechanics of a Canadian joining a lawsuit or suing him independently? Where is he being sued? It would have to be in the United States, right? Because I keep forgetting, Mudahar doesn't live here. Muda is suing him in Canada. Ethan is suing him in America. So, if that's the case, then, like... Would Noah really even have to engage with a Canadian lawsuit? I think Muda has a visa, though. I don't know. I feel like this isn't happening. I feel like Mudahar is not suing him. Okay, well, whatever. So this is the Ethan Klein segment. We're gonna watch this now. We're gonna play some games. We're gonna hear about it from Ethan's mouth. I will withhold judgment, I guess, until I hear what the fuck they're suing him over. But anyways, guys, we're Sabrina Carpenter today, and I'll tell you why later.
Because you called me a beautiful, cute lamb.
Oh, okay.
Shut up.
Today's episode, we have
to dance with any Sabrina Carpenter we find in the game, okay?
Let the games begin.
Let the games begin.
Let the chess pieces are laid on the board. The players are on the stage. It's showtime.
Is it a game or a play?
Together, teamed up, and we sent a demand for retraction to Noah Samson Monday night.
Yeah, it's a team up. So, like, Mudahar has to be suing from the United States then, right?
After the show.
The Mutahar.
In this letter, which I will read after the break, we highlight the defamatory statements and explain in great detail why they're defamatory. All he has to do to avoid getting sued is apologize for everything he said and did, admit he was either lying or ignorant, and erase the video, and also
like, I'm hearing this right now and it feels just like a fucking hollow threat meant to scare him, but I guess it's not. I don't know. Dude, obviously Noah's not gonna do that. I don't know.
Just disgrace, like, and just accept the disgrace that is basically lying about two people being pro-genocide, which is one of the most twisted, fucked up things you can accuse someone of.
And I even think his video is malicious, yeah.
And so, the ball is now in your court, sir. You have 20 days from the moment you receive.
What the I don't think I've ever even seen that before. By the way, I think we have that muted. We're gonna have to keep it muted. Russ Cheney, I don't even know what that metric is. What is 50 memberships? Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Thank you. Holy shit.
Received it to respond. Otherwise, this piece is being moved to the next piece on the board. And what?
The piece would be moved to a different space, not to another piece.
The piece would be moving to another space on the board. We'll be advancing the battle plans.
I want to play a game.
Now Noah, you want to play a game? Yo, it's funny. You guys. I said I wasn't playing around when the CPS thing came.
Guys, if you just got in the...
I said I'm not playing.
If you just made it, and you just got into the green name club, you can jump in the Discord server. You have it forever. You're not getting kicked out of it. So it's a one-time fee. 1 month or whatever. You get in, you can grab the link. It's in the community page. Or I think sort by members.
Whatever you thought was going to happen, however you thought this was going to go, it's no longer going like that.
What happened should have happened.
And
what
Noah,
should have happened, happened.
You are the first of many, several, to be...
So now Ethan's saying I'm going to sue other people. Again, this just tells me it's not serious, but apparently it is.
Feeling what it means for me to be totally unhinged. Although legally and morally correct as well. That's the part that's going to be a really hard time for you, bud. So Noah's going to have to prove on paper, legally, to a judge and potentially a jury, why and how we support genocide, which will not be possible to do because all the innuendo and all the bullshit and all the fucking lying that they do, him, Hassan, fucking George,
I get the spirit of this. I understand, like, fantasizing. Okay, you want to say this shit? You want to lie about me? Why don't you do it in front of a judge, okay? Let's see how the judge feels about your position. Because the judge doesn't live on Twitch. The judge doesn't live on TikTok. They're not delusionally audience captured by Hassan Piker, okay? Let's see what a judge thinks about this opinion, right? And make an example out of one person. I can understand that sentiment. I just don't think this is... I don't know. I don't know. I open-minded...
Dude that lives in a cockroach-infested corner of Argentina, he's a mama's boy that fucking hides in a dark corner of Argentina, thinks he's untouchable.
Listen, if there was one guy who had to go down, I'm not gonna lie, it could be this is probably the best one. In terms of just how much of a general piece of shit this guy has been for as long as he's been. This is probably the best one to get hit, but I don't know.
Guess what, George? You're not untouchable either. And when I'm done with these fuckers, I'm putting my full attention on you, bitch. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Y'all went too far.
They'd have to prove damages, though. Sure. Yeah, probably. I can't imagine that, like, they would win. Like, what does pro-genocide mean to a court of law? That's one of the worst things ever. Sure, I guess. But, like, is that going to be put up next to, like, he is a pedophile? He is a rapist. Is that of the same severity? And would a court deem that to be the case?
When I'm done with Noah, when I'm done with the other one, the big one that's dropping probably next week, my full attention is going to you, George. Like the Eye of Sauron. I see you.
Based.
I see you out there, you fucking...
Now, he said next week this is dropping. So this is 8 days ago. Now, apparently any day, we're going to get the legal documents for the lawsuit. Well, not the legal documents, but we're going to see something.
Cockroach. Yeah.
Yes, I can.
And I know your whole thing. You act tough. You're like, oh, I do psyops, and I'll mail you shit, and I'll fucking, yeah, you're full of shit, bro. You're not.
It's 20 days from upload. This is streamed 8 days ago on April 2nd. Oh, do you mean when I eventually choose to upload this? Because this just happened.
Gonna do shit, and I'll tell you who's gonna do shit. Me. I'm coming. Okay, so you're not safe either. Just wait.
Would you be more supportive of Ethan if he sued King of Nothing or Noah Samson? He would have a better case with King of Nothing. Am I wrong about that? It's like 80% of that guy's video is straight up defamation. And like, the guy is unhinged. He thought, like, I don't know, dude. I legitimately, like, he didn't back off of it. He left it up. He didn't engage with it. He just waited quiet. I feel like the King of Nothing lawsuit would have been more entertaining. Well, not more entertaining. That's probably not the right way to word it. King of Nothing is irrelevant, though. Yeah, but like, this is the Mudahar complex. Yeah, this video got 1 million views, but it's like Hassan's circle jerkers. No normal person is watching a video like that. I legitimately think, like, dude, I talked to Turkey Tom. Tom has gotten no shit at all from that video at all whatsoever, and he just never talked about it. Like, Tom's not suing anybody. And yo!
And, you know, we'll find out. We're going to read the letter together. And Mudahar is going to also call in here at 1.
Oh, God.
So...
To Mutahar.
Mutahar, as I like to call him. Yeah, I mean, if I was Noah and I read this letter, I would be shitting my pants. This is no joke. This letter is extraordinarily well reasoned. It's extraordinarily well sourced, And it is not hyperbolic at all, in fact. So Noah said in his second video, Ethan's,
let's talk about this really quick. So in King of Nothing's video, he branded Ethan as basically a crypto scammer. I feel like crypto scammer, like if you remove racist, homophobe, all the other shit, right? I feel like crypto scammer is probably higher on the totem pole than genocide supporter in just like general thought outside of the internet. Like, I feel like scammer and genocide supporter, I feel like scammer is probably the more normie positive term that like an average juror would think about. And again, I don't know.
threatening to sue me.
And I don't think jury is relevant to this either. I know nothing about the courts. I know nothing about politics. You guys come to me for drama, all right? That's what you're getting with me.
Fun with that, I guess. He said, well, I'm about to have fun with it. And unfortunately, I don't think you're going to be having much fun with it. It's a judge ruling on it. Okay. Not so fun. Oh, he went private? Oh, he went private on Instagram? Why? He can't stand any of this heat? Noah went private on Insta? The guy who went on his YouTube channel and brazenly said that I'm pro-genocide?
And by the way, he boosted that video on his community tab. I think that's after, right?
Can't handle a few comments on Instagram? What's going on here, Noah? What is going on here, dude?
And again, I think these people should get like equal rights, equal fights. If you're going to sit here and like fucking defame people, or you're going to call everybody fucking, oh, you're a fucking genocide supporter, and then feign like, oh my God, I'm getting so much hate from this community that I punched up and they're so mad. They're so mad when I punched up. It's like, I don't respect you. And that's what most of these cry bullies in Hassan's fucking group do. They always punch up and then they soy rage about it. No, I never could have expected that I'd be criticized for this position.
You know.
By the way, if you want to be Sabrina Carpenter, you can use code DeOrio on the Fortnite item shop right now, and you could be her as well.
Oh, man.
You get nothing, I get everything. Buy it.
Yeah, he's scared shitless. He is. And, you know, I'll say this. Despite all this sweeping that the entire left community has done for Noah, after we spoke to his ex-lover, not his ex-girlfriend, but his ex-hookup partner, no.
Yeah, that was kind of a nothing burger, too. It was like, I can't tell if he's slightly worse or slightly better Harry Sissons. Apparently, he was like fucking some girl, right? And he didn't let them know. Like, it's shitty, right? Oh, he didn't mention that he was fucking other girls. He was doing like the stupid dude bro player bullshit where he's like, oh, I just thought I couldn't meet new girls. I was still fucking the old ones or whatever. And she was like paranoid of getting an STD or something, which is reasonable, by the way. I'm not calling her like schizo for being paranoid of that. And apparently her fears were justified, not that she actually did get an STD, but that like Noah was sleeping around. So like it could have happened. Who knows? She's not like interacting with him knowing that she's like that he's seeing all these other people casually. Here's the thing. I think it's bad. I think it's shitty. I get super turned off when people say that he raped her or it was sexual assault, which, by the way, Ethan, I think, firmly denies that it's sexual assault or rape. This is more of a Reddit critique and people trying to argue, like, I hate Noah Samson so much that this makes him a fucking rapist. So, yeah, I just didn't cover it because I was kind of getting a bad taste from the way that it was being talked about, despite the fact that I don't like Noah.
Noah, at least, is the only one who hasn't said anything about it and who hasn't tried to make excuses or sweep. So, I mean, but it's incredible seeing the left show their ass so hard.
Also, it's like, well, how could I fucking possibly, I don't mean to be a dick here. I'm not trying to victim blame. I'm going to say it how it is. If you're worried about getting an STD, but you're having unprotected sex with a hookup, I mean, it's a bit of social Darwinism there. Come on, like, how do I know? How do I protect myself from getting STD? I don't know, dude. Get an ultra-thin Trojan condom. That's probably your number one way to doing that. I don't mean to be a dick about it. I'm not trying to fucking victim blame, okay? Listen. Okay, hold on, wait, I'm gonna explain it. Okay, and someone in chat said, Noah said he wasn't having sex with other people. Yes, he's a dick. I agree with you. He's an asshole. But he's not a rapist. That's not sexual assault. Okay, I'm sorry. Dude, you have to go to the Noah Samson school of talking to like people who've been assaulted, so they can tell you that that's not what happened to them. Okay. What it is like, and I said this on Twitter, I could pull it up right now if you really need to see it, but it feels like a lot of people wanted Noah Samson to be a rapist and they heard these allegations were coming out and they're trying to kind of meet halfway here because that was the assumption they wanted out of this situation. So they're like overcorrecting and it's really shitty and I don't like it. And I don't like when people team sports stuff. And this is like actually fucked if you do that. So yeah, I don't really like it.
Everybody's just all of a sudden like, oh, so much. You'll go on the left.
It's a little less bad. Okay, this is where I'm going to lose my mind. It's a little less bad compared to stealthing because she's okay with raw dogging if he doesn't have STDs. But stealthing is like the least bad form of sexual assault. Okay, that's okay. So when you say, this is what I was seeing people write and it drove me fucking crazy and I'm going to tell you right now. People were like, Nick, how do I word this in a way that's not going to get me canceled? They're like, Nick, this is absolutely sexual assault. It's like 1 degree of separation away from like stealthing. And I'm like, dude, that means it's not rape. That means it's not sexual assault. Dude, the word sexual assault, and I'm not trying to downplay stealthing. Stealthing is sexual assault. I agree full. Sexual assault is an all-encompassing term that covers everything from being drugged and raped behind a dumpster at a club in the middle of the night to like stealthing. All right? Stealthing is on the other side of that spectrum. If you're close to the other side of that spectrum, it's just not sexual assault. Then you haven't reached the barrier of stealthing. That is where sexual assault starts. Yeah, that's the fucking reality of the situation. So when you call somebody a fucking sexual assaulter, right? You call him if you're using terms like Noah sexually assaulted this woman, you're putting him up next to fucking people who like rape people in back alleys. He's just not that. It's closer to being like a bad date than it is a fucking rape. I do not believe that like what Noah Samson did crosses like the stealthing barrier. I think that stealthing is still worse. Telling somebody that you don't want to have unprotected sex and then doing it without their knowledge, okay, in a position that could get them pregnant, could get them a disease or something like that, that is objectively worse than lying about sexual partners and raw dogging a fuck buddy. I just put on a condom. I'm sorry, like it's not there. It doesn't reach that. I wouldn't. They're saying total nothing burger. I don't say it's a total nothing burger. I think you can call him an asshole. I think you could say a bunch of fucked up stuff about him and call him X, Y, and Z. I just don't call him a rapist. And I think that's a pretty fine line for me. And it seems like Ethan had the same position, so.
Pause Twitter, whatever the fuck. And
it doesn't cross the stealthing Rubicon. Yeah, literally.
What they're saying. Wow, Ethan.
It's the hypocrisy about politics, too. Yeah, but I'm sorry. It's not political team sports. He doesn't become a rapist because I don't like his positions on fucking transgender people, Trump, whatever fucking you guys are talking about. I don't know what he said. Is it like Harry Sissons where he's like, I love women? Well, okay, that's great. But that doesn't retroactively make you a rapist because you disagree with him politically.
Congratulations. You proved that Noah is a dude who has normal sexual relations.
I'm not saying he's a rapist. No, Twisty, I'm not trying to single you out specifically. But there are people who are saying this, just to be clear.
I'm like, okay, let's remember you said that. Haas Twitter. Let's just, I mean, y'all, I barely even have to do anything to expose you guys.
Wait, it's not a specific male against female thing? Of course you don't hear about it the other way. Wait, is that a joke? Bro, how many guys here are like fucking a girl and you find out that she's like sleeping with like 16 other guys? Like I feel like so many people in college, again, 16 is a bit dramatic, right? But I feel like so many people in college have been like cheated on. Would you call your ex-girlfriend a fucking sexual assaulter? Oh God, please chat. Don't sell me some fucking bullshit. Oh, nobody's ever cheated on me before. Oh, it's me, Mickey. Nobody's ever cheated on me before. Bro, come on. Cheated on you that, yeah, it was extreme. Yeah, I was being a little over dramatic about it. But like, realistically, dude. In fucking college, everybody's like fucking everybody. I don't know.
But now you're on a ride. Now we're on this ride together.
I don't know why Mickey was my emotional support mouse.
Right? Like we're all gonna ride together now. This is Willie.
I have never been cheated on. I've only had one partner in my whole life, said Deadshot Ruby. Well, you haven't been cheated on. So I'm kidding. Okay, I don't will that upon you.
Wonka's boat ride, motherfuckers. Okay. And I'm doing.
So it's a game, a ride, and a play.
It's everything and more.
Okay. Just trying to keep up.
I'm gonna have Dan like tiptoes.
I was talking
like,
about
on his
stealthing with
fucking
that.
Knees,
I don't hear about girls lying. Oh, okay, no, I know what you mean. All right, sorry.
doing the rowing in the back.
Me?
Yeah.
But I think a girl can pull off a condom. No, you're gonna feel it. If you're a guy, you're gonna feel it. No, I disagree.
Willy Wonka's boat ride.
Well, I agree, I guess, but
Back
what you're
on
saying.
your knees.
But I see where you're going for.
Yeah, shoes.
Oh, poking a hole in it. That would be the alternative. You're right. Poking a hole in it. Wait, can I tell a stupid off? I'm never going to get to Nerd City tonight. I'm so sorry. Can I tell a story real quick of the time that I poked a hole through a condom? Okay, that sounds really bad. I've told this story before. But like, all right. So let me just explain this. Okay, hold on. Wait. Whoa. Hold on. Whoa. Okay. Chill. We're not getting canceled tonight. Okay. So this is what happened. Shut up. We're not buttoning out. We're telling the truth. Okay, so this is what happened, chat. You ready? So for Halloween, I think this is my junior year. No, this is my sophomore year of college. I decided to go to Halloween as a Trojan Magnum condom. Okay? I was dressed. I had a long sleeve black shirt. Okay? I had black pants on and I was a Trojan Magnum condom. And I like the big condom costume you've seen that just goes over your head, right? So I thought it would be cool to complete the look by wearing additional rolls of Trojan Magnum condoms on both my legs and on my arms. Because, they're the shiny gold packets or whatever. So I thought that would really do the look, right? Trojan Magnum condom, big thing on the front. And then I just jumped off a cliff and you didn't see it because I wasn't showing the screen. So I thought, okay, be really cool. Condoms on my legs, condoms on my arms, Trojan Magnum condom. There's probably a picture of me at this party at somewhere I could pull up at some point, right? So you need pics of this so bad. I will look for it, okay? But I was dressed as a condom. So 3/4 of the way through the night, some fucking girl who was going home with somebody walked up to me and fucking ripped a condom off of my arm because I guess she thought it was taped down. But the one that she grabbed, okay, so listen, these were never for human use. I never thought that anyone would try to use this condom, but I pinned it to my arm. Okay? Like, I didn't pin it to my arm, I pinned it to my shirt. I used little pins to keep them on my shirt. So this woman came up to me and ruined my Halloween costume, but I had the last laugh. I tried to say like, hey, hold on, wait, but I'm hammered at this point. And I'm like, yo, you should tell that girl not to use that condom. But she ran off with it and like fucked some guy in the parking lot. And like, there was nothing I could do about it. She like ran up, stole a hole poked condom and then used it. Now she never got pregnant, so it went over okay or whatever. But all's well that ends well. But if she did get pregnant, I argue she would have deserved it for stealing and ruining my Halloween costume. This is okay. Did that fix the situation, or did I need to button out, or does that make that a whole lot more indirect stealthing? Does that make it make more sense now? Do you understand? Button out anyway. Well, yeah, I mean, don't ruin somebody's Halloween costume. You never know if they've fucking used bobby pins or whatever to put their fucking condoms on their arms, dude.
Shoes on your knees.
Got it.
In the role of a lifetime.
Actually, you guys have seen me wear it, dude. It's the content condom. You guys have seen the content condom, right? If you've been here for a long time, it's like it's my first video.
On Nicholas DeOrio.
Capples appreciated the shout out.
Yeah, I knew it's a content condom.
All right, so this is all very fun stuff here, guys.
But you understand now, right? There were condoms on the arms, condoms on the legs, and the whole outfit is one big condom. Yeah, all of my outfits were like this. Like every Halloween costume I wore in college, I was either like a giant condom or like a giant pickle. That was what I was doing.
I'm going to thank our sponsor, and then I'm just going to read this whole letter.
And that was a hot dog one year.
And you guys can see and enjoy just how screwed.
I literally was Pickle Nick, dude.
Our dear, wonderful, brave friend who proudly and loudly accuses people of being pro-genocide, but privates his Instagram feed when the kitchen gets too hot. And yes, now we're in a kitchen. Okay. Yeah, I think we can do it a little early. Thank you to our sponsor, Sundays.
The thing is, right, like, I think that there's two types. I don't think you should get sued for making a mistake. I do think you should get sued for being malicious. If you're being malicious and wrong and you're attacking somebody and you're defaming them, I have a hard time arguing against that. But, like, lawsuits are used sometimes the way Deji used them, where Deji was, like, objectively wrong, but, like, the UK legal system would put him in a position of power.
The goat. I appreciate
Oh, that's the alternate one. Thank you.
look like Jack Nicholson at the end of The Shining in that screenshot LMAO.
Dude, that was the alternate Alex one. Thank you.
For doggies.
And we get the
Sundays
goal.
for dogs. Sundays for dogs is going to revolutionize.
Okay, I don't care, but thank you. Do they give, like, ice cream sundaes to dogs? It's starting demand for a correction. Okay, this is the demand letter.
Oh, it will. Lamb.
Thank you.
Demand for correction.
I think lawsuits should be employed as the last defense. Well, it's not the last defense against Noah, but I feel like I think Ethan's looking to make an example out of one of these people. He has been dealing with obscene amounts of slander from, like, all of Hassan's friends for months. Going back even farther, actually, it's just like, I feel like at some point he was going to sue somebody, and Noah probably gave him the most appealing, or gave his lawyers what they believe is the most appealing lawsuit, if I had to guess.
Pursuant to California.
Why not go for Hassan? Hassan has money. This is probably the easiest one that his lawyers think they can win. Maybe if they get this, they'd go for Hassan, but I don't know.
Civil Code, Section 48A.
Just wondering? Well, that's my guess. I assume, like, with a lawsuit, it's not a YouTube drama. You're picking the easiest target and punching, right? That's what you're doing here. You want to make an example. You're not going to punch it's not prison. You don't punch the biggest guy in the room. You pick somebody you can win the fight against. And then after that, hopefully that dissuades people from pushing further. Now, that's not the honorable thing to do, but I guess suing really wouldn't be the honorable thing either.
Dear Mr. Samson.
Why does Nick play either? I don't know. Did you see that video by, what's that guy's name? Cetaphil? I don't know. He gives an interesting theory on why guys play as girls in video games. Solari. Yeah, I don't know. That guy had an interesting theory.
We are counsel for Mudahar.
This is the new skin, guys. Code DeOrio, Fortnite, Serena Carpenter. Go get it.
Ethan, our collective clients. If you have counsel, please forward this letter to them and have them contact me about this matter. We are writing you pursuant to California Civil Code, Section 48A, demanding you make a retraction and correction in compliance with the statute. Your March 11th, 2025 video entitled The YouTubers Who Backed a Genocide. The first defense.
If you lose lots of money. This often disincentivizes people to sue. True. And listen, if he loses and this lawsuit is stupid, I mean, are we really going to care? He shouldn't have got... Everyone... Like, the entire internet is, like, telling him not to sue. So, I mean... He clearly thinks he has a case. If he has a case, let's see how it goes. If he doesn't, well, I mean, the court will handle that for him, I guess.
Defamatory video. The defamatory videos...
Nicholas, the goat. I appreciate that.
Just to make my point clear, Demon Slayer 261, someone I read a message before. Don't mean to single you out, but you will because you want to make your point clear now. What Noah did isn't SA because it's not as bad as stealthing. And stealthing is the least... Okay, yeah, so we agree. We fully agree. It was bad, but it's absolutely not SA. Yeah, I agree with you. I saw your post and I saw the word stealthing and it sent me into a blind rage with my Twitter followers. I didn't mean to single you out.
Saying numerous defamatory statements against our clients, which are set forth below. Now, this part just explains the legal definition of defamation, which I don't need to read. This one describes what genocide is.
And by the way, I don't believe, like, it seems like he just called me a slop YouTuber. I don't believe I've been defamed in that video. If I have, I haven't seen the part where I was, just to be clear. I don't think me and Willie were.
It's just kind of setting the stage, the board,
even though we were included.
So I think we can start.
Sorry, I have a cold, all right? I'm not sniffing on purpose.
Here. So the first thing is we talk about what he said about Mudahar. Whether our clients supported by material or moral assistance or otherwise genocidal acts by Israel with the intent to destroy in whole or in part the Palestinians is subject to being proven true or false. The surrounding context further emphasizes the first defamatory statement is an actionable assertion of fact. Throughout the first defamatory video, your language is factually specific, earnest, and serious in tone.
What was that? What the fuck was that? Shelbo. I can hear him. He's in the room with... Okay.
This is emphasized by holding yourself out as having, quote, specialized
Dude, I
knowledge
love.
or expertise in the Israel-Palestine conflict due to the large volume of material you cite in the first defamatory video, much of which you misrepresent. He said that? Yeah, he said he has specialized knowledge, even though every time it comes up, he just is like, watch Bad Empanada. That's crazy, dude.
I feel like that's what most of these people have been doing. Hey guys, I have a lot to say about Ethan Klein, and to do that, you have to watch one Bad Empanada video before you cannot get to point B before you've watched at least 16 Bad Empanada videos. Bad Empanada videos are quite literally saving Palestinian children, chat. Round of applause.
Critically, you either fail to disclose the factual basis for the first
You are but 16 Bad Empanada videos away from fucking understanding the conflict.
defamatory statement, or you misrepresent the actual basis. For Mudahar, the first defamatory video only shows two very brief...
Like, you think that you're disgusted by a conflict that's killed so many women and children on both sides of the aisle, but what you're actually doing is not watching enough Bad Empanada, because then you'll find out that the women and children who died on one side are worth infinitely less than the people they like.
clips from Mudah's October 21st video entitled, "Twitch is a disgustingly evil platform." See, and then it just references for the, it's a footnote. Not only did you fail to disclose the source of these clips, it is evident that you intentionally misrepresented it. In Mudah's video, he explicitly states, quote, "Like I've said before, and I've been clipped a few times, and you know even when I stream, you know videos do get uploaded of my takes on situations that I feel I need to clarify. I am not somebody that is afraid to say that genocide is wrong. I think there's an actual case."
Dude, they got Mudah's pandering on the fucking thing. This is the first time a Mudah pander might actually help him in court. Hey guys, so yeah, I just want to let you guys know, nuclear take here. Genocide is bad, and I don't like it. And it's like, joke's on you, asshole. Seems like it might work in his favor here.
Of, you know, genocide, and there's an actual case of a...
See, when I heard him say that, I thought that he was just pandering and trying to be like, you know, over the top. But what he actually was doing was creating a rock-tight legal defense, and we hadn't even considered that.
Attack that goes towards the Palestinian people. Further, later in that video, and further in relation to the Twitch...
Oh boy, guys, I am not even slightly afraid to tell you that, ooh, genocide is pretty bad. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, I think that a lot of people dying for no reason is a bad thing, okay?
IP ban of Israel and Palestine, Mudahar states,
boy.
Honestly, if you really think about it, this rule actually hurts Gazans more than it ever would hurt Israelis, because Twitch's geo-block, if it targeted that region, you know, if they wanted to allow people to document and live stream the real atrocities that are occurring to them in that region, the Palestinians could have used that platform to showcase it themselves. Mudah also states, or he says, "Noah, you intentionally omitted portions of Mudah's video that demonstrate he does not support the take."
Again, this is just so fucking stupid. Like, not Ethan's part here, but to go after somebody who explicitly says it in plain English and just go, no bad. Like, what are you gonna, like, let's say this is in court, hypothetically, and it's like, no, you don't understand, sir. What he's doing is dog whistling. It's like, wait, what? Like, what are you talking about? He like explicitly says he's against these things, and you put it in the title and thumbnail, and then your video is just like a bunch of weird obfuscation, trying to like pin it on him or using. Because what I think happened here, I can't even make this assessment. Do you guys feel like Noah Samson wanted to make a video on Israel Gaza and wanted people to see it? That's what most of these situations are. Any of these videos that start like saying they're about XYZ YouTuber, and then after an hour of politics, they talk about the actual subject matter. I mean, this is like a proven breadtube tactic to make a video about, like, title it about a creator to talk about your issue so people click. I feel like that's what happened here, and that was what I got out of the parts that I did watch before I ended up like turning it off. I don't think in a million years he thought anybody would like sue him over this YouTube video, but at this point, he's all in. It's probably going to happen regardless.
Of Asmongold.
He admits that's why he put him in. Okay. Well, that's... What? Okay. Wait, he explicitly in the video says that I'm using these people specifically so you watch the video? Now, you see, this is starting to make it sound... I need to go back and look and fact check you on that, because now I'm starting to see why he got sued. Now this is starting to make a lot more sense to me. What did he say? I do not apologize for not watching this video. I'm not watching it, but these creators,
The political content creator to be a political about the politics. It's about making money by attacking a perpetual cycle of dumb guy slop. It's interesting to see YouTubers that typically cover TikTok drama and gaming content randomly giving their opinions on genocide and geopolitics, but that's the result of such an ecosystem. It's not about the politics. It's about making money by attacking a guy they don't like because the guy in question happens to be a political content creator. They have to try to do politics. It's really funny to watch, honestly. It's also wild because the political content creator in question is an anti-genocide content creator, and the arguments they're attacking him for.
Okay, this is not it. Does anyone have like a word that I could look up? He does mention industrial complex. Yeah, I know that part.
Or anti-genocide arguments. So
wait, he posted doubling
these
down.
creators, they're positioning themselves in opposition to him and his arguments, de facto positioning themselves on the pro-genocide side.
You're telling me the I call him a pedo because it's funny guy didn't take into consideration the consequences? True.
Anti-genocide.
He says it in the second video.
In October 7th of 2023 and the release date of his content.
Let me see. No. These creators. Doesn't matter what you think of these creators. Not to, oh, okay.
But until then, it's going to be a bit of a mixed bag. Regardless, it doesn't matter what you think of these creators. It's not about them. It's not about anyone being good or bad or what your YouTube subscription feed says about your morals. It's about a genocide that's happening right now, that's unfolding in front of our eyes, and that most of our countries are actively supporting. If these creators are giving people rhetoric to support the genocide that's happening, then we need
No, it sounds like he's making his argument. I don't agree with that assertion. Unless I'm completely missing the part where he just says it in plain English. The second video seems to double down on the fact that, like, no, these guys are spreading pro-genocide rhetoric, and he's not just picking them for the title. I don't agree. Yeah, the letter has it? Oh, it's in the letter where he's... Okay, then I don't know. We'll see.
On Palestinians.
If somebody can get me a timestamp, that'd be fantastic. Maybe put it in the Discord and let me know. Otherwise, I don't agree
Immediately
with
before the
that.
clip you used in the defamation video, Muda stated, so obviously Asmongold walked back his statement back and apologized. He said, my bad. And of course, nobody deserves to have their life destroyed, even if they do things or have views I find regressive. So in this situation, one could, if they were being charitable, could say that Asmongold...
Try typing booming in the first video. Let me see. Am I getting shot at right now while this is happening? Do not shoot at Sabrina Carpenter.
being a morally good thing to do, it's also becoming sustainable. It's algorithmically viable. The Ethan Klein crash out industrial complex is booming. We can harness it as a propaganda machine to expose Zionism for the genocidal ideology that it is. You may have the feeling, as I often have, that the history books will look back upon those times and those who supported.
Thank you for the $5.
Wait, I think this is what you're talking about. Is this what you're talking about? Because then this is more. Hold on. Well, so they're saying the Ethan industrial complex is booming, so we can use it to. Okay, I see what's happening.
Phones and cameras and TikTok. So go ahead. Start posting about it. Spread the word. The reality and history of the genocidal Zionist project. That's a really good thing. That's a really important thing that he's doing. And I think many of you can probably also help out with that. Most of you have smartphones and cameras and TikTok. So go ahead. Start posting about it. Spread the word. Aside from being a morally good thing to do, it's also becoming sustainable. It's algorithmically viable. The Ethan Klein crash out industrial complex is booming. And we can harness it as a propaganda machine to expose Zionism for the genocidal ideology that it is. You may have the feeling, as I often have, that...
So for that statement, if that's the one that you're talking about, this doesn't say, oh, I don't believe in any of these arguments. It says that Ethan Klein is currently crashing out, and this is a good opportunity to talk about it because talking about it brings awareness. That's what I got from that. I don't think that's as bad as you're making it out to be.
The history books will look back upon these times and those who supported the Gaza genocide.
I think that he legitimately thinks like his position. I don't think he's fabricated a position to drag these people in. I think he legitimately believes this. Or, I don't know.
With shame and horror. The only problem with that...
He's saying he profits off it? Absolutely. All these people profit off it. They'd be lying if they didn't say that.
...is that these people feel no shame. They're here to make money.
In the past, spreadtubers have said that they literally stick like a popular YouTuber's name to a drama just to get more eyes on it, even if they're not necessarily even related to it, or if they're very lightly tangentially related, so they can make a video. Like, for example, Carl Jobst made a video about a video game, right? I forgot what video game it was. Was it... not Doom. He made a video on like Elon Musk, but like 80% of the video wasn't about Elon Musk, but Elon Musk got people through the door. There are breadtubers who've been much more malicious with that, and they've been like, yeah, I literally made this video and titled it this way so I could get the drama YouTubers through the door so they'd watch my video. I don't think that's what's happened here. It was Quake, yeah.
And to convince themselves that they aren't evil, and the way they do that is...
No, I think he's... Unless I missed something, I don't agree with that.
Was probably referring to the extremists in the Islamic religion and their view on people.
The call for escalation is the worst part. It's a call for violence against Ethan. And I mean, I think that's a reasonable assessment to come to. If you're saying like, hey, this is what's happening right now. Obviously, he's talking about peaceful protests, so that might not necessarily be Ethan, but it's in the same vein, the way he's attacking these people for being pro-genocide or whatever, so flagrantly.
On the LGBTQ
so
camp.
brazenly.
Lastly, Mudah's initial reaction to Asmongold's take on Palestine is easy to find.
He says more than, no, I'm saying escalate from peaceful protest, not like claiming peaceful protest, saying that peaceful protest hasn't done enough and implying that they need to go further.
On YouTube. Before Mudah even watches the clip, he states, "This is going to be bad." Immediately after watching the clip, Mudah expresses his shock at Asmongold's
reckless
take.
disregard. But again, like Noah Samson's career could be summarized with a reckless disregard for the truth. At some point, it's going to get wrecked.
And states, quote, "I don't think anybody should sit here and be like, I guess a whole group of people deserve to be genocided. This is a clear and unequivocal condemnation of Asmongold's take. Due to your intentional and material omission and misrepresentation of what Mudah stated in his video, the first defamatory statement is actionable assertion of fact that was made with the knowledge that it was false." So that's basically, that's Mudah. I mean, and his is just completely shut, open and shut. Noah cites in the video, Ram said this statement, "From the river to the sea, only peace shall set us free," is attributed to Ahmed Fouad al-Khatib, a Palestinian activist. He wanted to credit the author of that statement.
It's okay, buddy. You got to come to me. Fuck.
He put Mudahar,
fuck,
a practicing Muslim, in the fucking thumbnail of his video.
Fuck.
And said he supports genocide.
No.
A statement that has had far-reaching
Oh, I'm so bad at this game, dude. I totally threw that.
implications for his life
I'm so mad.
as a practicing
I just got completely obliterated.
active member of his Muslim community. That some white bread bitch boy wants to fucking play white savior.
Dude, he agrees with the white savior complex. True.
You know what I mean? And target a fucking...
Bro, I've never seen white savior as hard. Can we go back to Noah's fucking channel for a second? I'm saying this to myself as I go and move it, by the way. Dude, Noah's fucking white savior complex shit is hilarious, dude. Look at this. Hold on.
Israel is currently enacting its final solution on the Palestinian people in Gaza. After numerous...
It's just so fucking... It's like insane. I'm sorry.
Target Mudahar for being pro-genocide is the most pathetic, backwards bullshit ever. I think it's so funny that the leftists are like, we don't want to listen. We don't listen to... we prioritize the voice of minorities, right? Or those who are on the receiving end. But, oh, Noah Samson said that Mudahar is fucking pro-genocide. Everybody clap. Unfortunately for Noah, the video that he cites, Mudahar literally contradicts his claims. So he either didn't watch the entire video, which would constitute willful abandonment of the truth, or he did watch the whole video and knowingly lied and make...
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, maybe it does sound like Mudah has a good argument here. I don't know. I can't see much good coming from this. I
made malicious lies. So either way, and again, I don't think they understand, like, saying...
Like, do you really think this has affected Mudahar's business, though? Or do you think he's just saying that? I mean, I wonder, like, I would love to ask Tom right now if this is affecting Tom's business at all.
That someone's pro-genocide is not something to play with. Like, people know, like, you can't just be like, oh, this guy's a pedo. Like, you can't just, like, say that. Because you'd be like, oh, genocide is the worst thing you can be. So these guys think it's just cute and fun. It's just like oh yeah, no, they're pro-genocide. Oh, this guy disagrees with me. He's pro-genocide. That's not how this works. And Mudah's case is so open and closed, man. It's just fucking, it's actually laughable. And
it's like, well, if it turns out that, like, this is the thing that, like, I don't know. It's just like Noah does this all the time. It's so hard to feel bad for him. It is so difficult to feel bad for Noah when he's literally done this to Chud recently. I guess thank you for apologizing and saying you talked to a bunch of people who were raped and it like made you think that you shouldn't do that and like called Chud like a groomer over that, but whatever.
It's actually laughable. Here's a link to his video in case you're curious.
Hello, guys and gals.
The truth is, in my opinion, that Mudahar takes aim at Hassan in this video for platforming the Houthi terrorist kid. And he makes fun of him for comparing him to Anne Frank and all this types of shit. And once again, what actually makes you pro-genocide is criticizing Hassan. That continues to be the common thread in this whole thing. But that's we'll see how that does for them. I mean, he enjoyed the stage. Noah, I hope you've enjoyed the attention and the accolades and all the praise. Because reality is coming, my friend. And even in California.
What's the name of the guy?
Everyone, oh, of
Keemstar
course
over
I
there?
have.
Nick Oreo.
Of course I
Mr.
have.
Oreo.
That guy's channel is great.
Hey,
Wristwatch
Nick,
Revival.
Have you watched Wristwatch Revival? A guy taking apart watches and has a voice that puts you to sleep.
I think he's fantastic.
With the strictest defamation with the most protection for free speech against defamation lawsuits, even here, this is defamation, my friend. And I, like you said, look forward to having so much fun.
I just saw Keffel's
with it.
tweet on Nicholas DeOrio.
Keffel's appreciated the shout out.
Oh, I see what happened here. Mutah said he was pro G Fuel and Hassan got confused.
Do you think that G Fuel is better or worse than genocide? Is that worse than what Ethan said about Keemstar, now that I said it out loud?
Now, moving on to my part.
I would say that G Fuel is... I would say that genocide is worse than G Fuel, personally.
This gets...
What do you think the G stand? I don't think it's genocide.
Let me see here. Here. As for Ethan, you either failed to disclose
Brave
the
take. No, that was like legally defending myself.
factual basis for the first defamatory statement, or when you did disclose the factual basis, you either misrepresent the facts or rely on George Angelos Jonitis. His last name sounds like an STD. You've got Jonitis? Holy shit, bro. Are you even allowed to travel with that kind of disease? George
You get it from having shit all over your house, I've heard.
Jonitis?
He got Jonitis. He contracted Jonitis from the shit all over his house, probably. It's okay. George probably doesn't have kids.
What a dumbass.
Probably never will.
It's a loser. A source, George Jonitis, Angelos Jonitis, a source known to be highly biased against Ethan with a history of harassing, doxing, and making false statements about others.
What's the name
childless?
Of the
Yeah, he
guy
probably
from
always will be.
Keemstar Orbiter. Nick Oreo. Mr. Oreo.
I would say genocide is worse than G Fuel. Wow, Nick, this is why I like you. You always say the things others are afraid to say.
Thank you, Teddy. I appreciate you.
Specifically, those statements are following.
I think, honestly, though, like, listen, dude, I'm not going to make some fucking comments about people's appearances. I could be a lot skinnier, right? Totally, absolutely, 100%. But if... But if Bad Empanado wanted to look better, he'd have to be a VTuber. So, I don't know. I guess it could be worse.
Defamatory statement. In Content Nuke, you find just about every type of what we just looked at in terms of manufacturing consent. Ethan spreads atrocity propaganda. He shares the Hamas rape hoax, the same hoax that was used by Western media, the U.S. government, and the Israeli government to justify genocide, is the second statement Noah said. The third one is Ethan spreads.
Why do I feel like if Bad
misinformation.
Empanada became a VTuber, it would be like a Rev Says Disu type anime girl? I feel like that would be the direction he goes. Like, you'd hear his voice coming out of a fucking anime girl. That would be the direction his channel would go.
Up lies about Hezbollah and the Houthis in order to delegitimize their struggle against the Israeli genocide. He cites baseless claims from Saudi state propaganda outlets to attack the Houthis. He also cites a documentary about the Houthis, which he uses as proof of the claim that they brought back slavery, when the documentary wasn't even about the Houthis. It was about the Yemeni government before the Houthi takeover. What I find so interesting about this is, like, you're really going to go on record and say, like, you're going to defend the Houthis for being, like, I guess, anti-slavery? Like, the Houthis have slaves. Why are you erring on the side of the slaver? Okay, they might have slaves, but let's err on the side of the slave owners on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is, I don't know. There's really not much to say here. I don't feel like I'm contributing a ton. I'm gonna keep going through it because I'm actually genuinely curious. But I don't have like legal background, so I can't really tell you if this is good or bad. It just sounds like Noah made a really shit video. I don't know. But again, I already knew that.
To own the libs. Ironically, they are also doing the own the libs thing. It's funny. Everybody's trying to own the libs. The fourth defamatory statement. He spreads long debunked Nakba denial talking points. Talking points that have been used for decades to legitimize Israelis' colonization of Palestine. Ethan cites sources that contradict his own claims directly, such as the UN report he claims proves the Hamas mass rape allegations, which the report itself denies. The sixth defamatory...
Wait, did he do the 19-year-old survivor thing too? Wasn't that like straight out of Hassan's thing? Who was the one who completely smeared that girl? I didn't know Noah did. Is that what happened? Because I remember we covered that on stream, where they basically completely lied about what she was saying. And then if you went and actually watched the clip, that was Denim's. Did he do that too? Because I remember the Denim's one.
Statement. He spends 20 minutes in the video smearing a 19-year-old survivor of a U.S.-backed Saudi genocide in Yemen as a terrorist with zero credible evidence, he claims. So these are the defamatory statements he said about me, and it's just a party, right? It's just so much fun here. We're having so much fun here, aren't we, Noah? Just like you promised. Further, it is clear you knew that...
Is there like a slap thing that he could be protected by too? Is that something that could happen? I don't know. I don't even know. Where did this even get... I've never seen a YouTuber read their cease and desist before to like the internet. Because usually like a cease and desist is something that's like frowned upon sending. So I've never seen someone like openly do a cease and desist reveal.
The defamatory statements he said about me, and it's just a party, right?
I don't think it was filed at this point. At the point of the stream. Supposedly now it's being filed.
It's just so much fun here. We're having so much fun here, aren't we, Noah? Just like you promised.
What the truth is, I imagine Noah is like shitting fucking bricks. Like just a week's worth of anxiety behind the scenes, which is fucking hilarious to me. Like you'll find, like I'm not going to be able to argue there. I think it's actually fucking hilarious if this guy's panicking over this.
Further, it is clear you knew that Ethan did not support genocide in Gaza because you...
Like he's looking down the barrel of genocide. Not genocide, Jesus. Whoa, but now, no, he's looking down the barrel of like generational debt right now. And I think that he does, at the very least, deserve to fear that he's like not going to be able to like survive. I think that you need to have that fear put into you if you're going to be this malicious towards people.
Watched or claimed to watch content nuke Hassan Piker. In the nuke, Ethan expresses his repeated condemnation of Israelis' treatment of
the fear of God needs to be placed in you if you act like Noah Samson and think you can get away with it.
Palestinians. This emphasizes that
it's a demand for a retraction, but not a cease and desist. So, I don't want to sound like a fucking asshole here, but like, what is the meaningful difference between a demand for a retraction and a cease and desist? I guess like now you have to come out and say, but on a cease and desist, you can like list those same things. Like I've seen cease and desists that say like, you must like hand over ownership of this. You must come out and say this or whatever. I don't know. I don't personally get the difference or the distinction.
That you knew Ethan did not support genocide in Gaza, but still labeled him being one. Additionally, Ethan condemns the genocide in Gaza on numerous occasions prior to the nuke.
After the Billy Mitchell thing, I mean, I said that earlier, but I didn't say it as in like, oh, there's like legal precedence for this now. The Billy Mitchell thing was in Australia, and it works very differently than it does here.
And these are all attached with sources of what he's referencing. Your desire to falsely paint Ethan as supporting genocide in Gaza is emphasized by the end of the first defamatory video,
and again,
where you state...
Can I just, again, briefly, Billy Mitchell thing? The reason why Billy Mitchell wins that is because Billy Mitchell's claims that were not, they had nothing to do with video games or Donkey Kong records or or like, I don't know. It didn't have to do with like leaderboards or any of that shit. Had nothing to do with it. Had to do with suicide. Everybody understands that being falsely accused of causing someone's fucking death, right, is bad. It's not a hard one for the judge to get right. You know what I mean? Like, he lied about fucking, well, not lied. He got it wrong, and he defamed Billy Mitchell in a video, and his retraction sucked, and now he's going to pay out. And he can try to appeal it, but what Carl did was pretty objectively wrong, right? It's not like, this is not like, oh, he's a genocide supporter. This is like, he made a man kill himself. It's extremely easy to empathize with that at a human level and understand where that's coming from. You know, this is easy too. I don't think it's as easy as made a guy kill himself. I think it's a bit of an uphill battle on that one. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Quote, I think many of you can probably also help out with that. Most of you have smartphones.
Like, has anybody in history been sued for defamation for being called a genocide supporter? Is there like any precedence about this at all?
And cameras and TikTok. So go ahead, start posting about it, spread the work. Aside from being a morally good thing to do, it's also becoming sustainable. You know, it's algorithmically viable. The Ethan Klein crash out industrial complex is booming. Isn't that fucking interesting? This statement demonstrates that you intended to not just have third parties spread defamatory statements about Ethan, but profit from these defamatory statements. You proved this point yourself. When your video...
Yeah, he specifically says in the video that, like, this is the Ethan Klein industrial complex and it's working well. So the profiting is probably not difficult to prove.
Titled Manufacturing Consent for Genocide failed to receive many views, the one prior to the second video, particularly in comparison to the first defamatory video. You made the second defamatory video to further profit from your defamatory...
I think he said something specifically that would help with that
statements
argument.
about Ethan. What a fucking psychotic thing to say. Everybody go on and lie about Ethan everywhere, and you can make a pretty
Okay,
penny.
yeah, this is that. Yep.
Doing it.
I think that he has a great argument there.
Nice one, dude. The second defamatory statement and the fifth.
Okay, so you said C. I don't think it was the way I was describing it. I thought that he had chosen to like pick Ethan's name out of a hat to decide to use as like a. I guess that's kind of what Ethan's arguing. Even saying, like, your previous video flopped, so you made another video on us. But I don't think it was the same as, like, I'm covering Palestine, so I'm going to, like, use Ethan's name to cover Palestine, even though he's done nothing here. He's spending the time in the video making arguments that what Ethan's done is promoting genocide. It's not like he's just completely pulled him out of a hat. I think it's, in some cases, defamatory, and I think it's wrong. But it's not like... I wanted to make a video on racism, so I picked a YouTuber who's been called a racist in the past, and the entire video is about something completely different, because he does actually address the argument.
Defamatory statements. So now we're going to prove these wrong. The second defamatory statement, you do not disclose the factual basis for how Ethan engaged in every type of manufactured consent, with one exception, your false assertion that Ethan spread the Hamas rape hoax, which you expanded upon with the fifth defamatory statement, i.e. the false assertion that Ethan misrepresented the UN report.
I could see it. I could see this going well. I don't know.
On sexual violence. The mass rapes...
Not an orbiter. I don't think that Noah is a Hassan orbiter, but I think he's been reaping the rewards for the decision he made. I think the much stronger argument is that he literally just tells people to go make a bunch of these videos because they make a shitload of money, and then, like, he's made multiple videos doing it, so I don't know. If you're saying that he stands to profit, I think that's pretty reasonable. That's a pretty reasonable assessment.
On October 7th were not a hoax. In your defamatory video, you cite paragraph 84 and 86 from the UN report. First defamatory video... from the language you displayed in the defamatory video, it makes it...
Like, I don't think this is getting thrown out. I doubt it would... Like, if this does get filed, I don't think it gets thrown out immediately. I just don't know if all the way they're going to win this.
Clear that there were mass rapes on October 7th.
I'd be very surprised if this gets filed and
Quote,
immediately thrown
overall,
out.
based on the totality of information gathered from multiple and independent sources at the different locations, there are reasonable grounds to believe that conflict-related sexual violence occurred.
This is survive a slap. Yeah, I think so. I think it will. I just don't know if there's enough here to win.
Several locations across Gaza periphery, including in forms of rape, gang rape, during the 7th of October attacks. Credible circumstantial information, which may be indicative of some forms of sexual violence, including genital mutilation, sexualized torture, or cruel, inhuman, and degrading treatment, was also gathered. This, by the way, in the reports that Noah says that nothing happened.
Well, you really can't trust Israel because they lie. So, boo-hoo, sad. Rip, rip, rip.
Which is a continued talking point.
That was a joke, for the record.
That I see by him, Hassan and co. being like, oh, actually, that UN report completely exonerates Hamas. It's like, you're fucking lying, dude. You're actually lying. And not only that, I mean, not only that, you're siding with terrorists over people who are genitally mutilated, sexually tortured, gang raped, and degraded by cruel treatment. You are fucking...
You don't understand. Okay, they're on the other side of the political aisle, so their lives are worth infinitely less than the people that we like, okay? That's why it's so open and shut. There's only one side here. It's the side that we like, and there's no other rational thoughts or opinions that come from the other side.
You are throwing them aside to side with terrorists.
Ethan Klein is like, hey, listen, I empathize with the Palestinian plight. I just think that Israel has a right to exist, and I think that for the Jewish people, it should exist. And then all the other people are just like, here's why only the Palestinian casualties matter. And I'm supposed to sit here and think that, like, Ethan is the bad guy. I don't, okay.
In this case,
not good enough. And everyone else is just like, yeah, this is, like, you go on Twitter, like, this is the easiest thing ever, okay? Just support Palestine objectively without question, all right? Because they're the good guys. I gotta say, AB has spoken up a lot this segment, as has the rest of... Dude, when is Dan gonna talk about his thoughts on this? They probably don't want to get involved with this part. It's reasonable.
Like, I think the collective online left has just completely lost its mind. I think it's just totally fucking rotten from the core. And I mean, this is just proof of it. Not only is Noah out here saying this shit, he's being propped up.
When is Dan going to deny October? Could you imagine if Dan just stopped the stream and said, Ethan, I don't know why you're arguing this fucking nonsense. I've been watching 15 bad empanada videos, and I've come to the conclusion that your claims about October 7th are wildly unjustified. Like, dude, they sleeper celled his fucking cast while he wasn't prepared for it, and then everybody unanimously came out as bad empanada supporters during the big reveal.
By everybody on Twitter, from Hassan. Hassan has watched all of his videos in their entirety. He's dedicated hours of time watching Noah's videos, and George Janitis, the human STD, watching all of his videos. God, he really is a human STD.
Like, fucking Dan just turns around and goes, Ethan, those nice Muslim men were protecting that woman in the truck who was, like, limp, okay? And they did not rape her. And then Ethan's like, what? What are you talking about? You don't understand, okay? I've seen all the Hassan coverage that you've kept away from us for so long. I know the truth. I know what you've done. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's so good. George Janitis. I'd love to see George Janitis step foot outside of Argentina and see how fast he gets sued by like a dozen people. But that's okay. None of them are as dedicated, as crazy, and as...
Like, if it was bad empanada, objectively, yeah, sue the fuck out of that guy. Generational debt for his grandkids. 100%, I agree. Full stop. Noah, well, my YouTuber sense tells me, let's see how this goes. And then my anti-Noah Samson bias is just like, yes, feed him to the corn, you know?
Willing to waste money as I am. So Georgie boy thinks he's safe out there. But he's not, he's just never really come up against someone like me. I'll just be honest. I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I have more money than them. I'm more dedicated than them. I've completely fucking thrown every All these things are like, maybe it's not worth it. That's all gone. Maybe it's not worth it to spend $1 million pursuing some fucking human STD in Argentina. No, that's gone. See, that's gone. When you guys contributed to an atmosphere in which the CPS was called on my house, when you...
And it's like, dude, 20 minutes ago, I would say, hey, listen, Noah Samson didn't make this video when CPS came to your house. And then in response to this, Noah Samson went and literally supported Bad Empanada in his video. And it's like, yeah, you know what, dude? I think you deserve to be fucking terrified right now of a defamation suit that could cripple you economically for the rest of your life. If your response to this interaction is to go jump into Bad Empanada's thing and make a joke about, like, Ethan, like, he's making a joke about CPS. That's what he's doing, right? He's saying, like, oh, it's a threat when you report somebody, or let me just pull it up just so I can pull it, like, actually. Like, he's making a joke in light of CPS being called on Ethan's family. So it's like, yeah, of course he's going to sue you now, asshole. You're asking for it.
What is Bunty King to you?
A person?
Who is Bunty King?
Nicholas DeOrio?
Here, go to Noah Samson's thing, pull up, actually not even, it's on Bad Empanada's video. I'm trying not to get killed because we're like last alive right now, but also trying to be a streamer. We're not last alive, but Bad Empanada. There we go. I'm running the wrong way. Okay, so if you go to the fucking thing, right? Boom, bop. Oh, you can't even see this. Okay, cool. You go here, you see the Noah Samson comment. Telling somebody to stop eating their own shit is violence, by the way. So Bad Empanada obviously was one of the main people spreading that they were like fucking, they had shit all over their house and the kids were eating shit and stuff. And they were contracting fucking, what is it, Giardia or whatever, right? So this is like a reference at the expense of the CPS getting called on Ethan's family. And he did this 7 days ago, which is 1 day more recent than this stream. So his response to this stream was to like side with Bad Empanada and make a comment at the expense of CPS getting called to Ethan's family. So it's like, yeah, this guy deserves to get sued. I think I'm sold on it. I don't know if they're gonna win, but I'm here to watch.
Specifically, George joked about calling.
He was the origination of that rumor. Bad Empanada, I believe, was the origination, not Noah Samson.
Like the CPS. When you
But I mean, if you're gonna take that claim from Ethan and just jump in and be like, yeah, fuck yeah, I support Bad Empanada. And by the way, like, fuck Ethan's family, which is kind of what that comment was. Then it's like, yeah, okay, he could sue you. Whatever. Let's see how it goes.
Specifically, George suggested I was lying about the CPS coming to my house. When you, George, specifically,
Ethan's already won multiple lawsuits. He wouldn't do a defamation case if he wasn't confident he was going to win. I agree with you up until the point where I think he lost a defamation case today. Didn't he just lose a defamation? No, he didn't have the slap. He couldn't get it slapped away. So now he's like risking losing a defamation case rather, with the Kov guy, right?
Propagated this whole...
Someone said anti-slap didn't apply. I don't know. Well, that's an ongoing thing. So I guess he didn't lose. Maybe I'm not correct about that.
Thing by saying that my kids were crawling around and eating shit, potentially eating shit.
It was about the Ponzi scheme comments. Yeah.
You opened it. You welcome to my world, baby. You know what I mean? Let's fucking get it, dude. And I've been in a lawsuit with Ryan Kavanagh now for like over 3 years.
Oh, he's
and
talking
I've
about
spent
it.
countless hundreds of thousands. To me, this is just like my free time.
Yeah, this is like one Patek watch.
I don't know how you handle it. For me, this is just like, this is a Sunday breeze, okay? So yeah, we're gonna be working with Argentinian lawyers, investigators, police, and we are going to be basically exploring all and every possible legal and civil venue to hold the human STD George Janitis responsible for his slander, his defamation, his disgusting, violent fucking rhetoric. Yeah, the guy who cosplayed as a Hamas terrorist and pretended to kill my wife. And again, just I have to emphasize, this guy who is so clearly insane is being propped up by Noah, which is less surprising because he's also insane, but more so by Hassan, who's now dedicated a dozen hours probably to watching Bad Empanada videos in its entirety.
Yeah, and he's like, I'll never watch Bad Empanada. And then he like he literally went and watched Bad Empanada just because he started going after fucking Ethan, which was so funny, dude.
And just nodding along, by the way, when he goes, Ela Klein is a he said something like, Ela Klein is a terrorist that kills babies, like without a hint of irony. And Hassan's just like, That's the sound he made. What Hassan does, you guys are going to learn throughout all this, is that these are his attack dogs. He uses them to say the shit that he wouldn't say, to attack the people in ways that is obviously below the belt, that is unacceptable. And instead of having to say it himself, he rewards them by watching their entire videos on his stream in its entirety. And
they do all the dirty work. It's like a hired gun for Hassan Piker, yeah.
Basically as good as him saying it in that case, but he doesn't have any of the liability. So that's why he throws it. And now in George's case, this has proven a useful... a symbiotic relationship, because George is in Argentina away from most forms of accountability.
First Sabrina Carpenter victory, boys.
Now Noah is actually being played as a fucking idiot because Noah is doing his dirty work, but he's doing it from Los Angeles. Now, what do you think of that?
Sabrina wins.
Noah, you're about to find out that you're a tool, my friend.
Yeah, it's literally one of the people who are, I guess, like, oh, you make that criticism for me. I can cover literally anything I want and stream to 2,000 people. I don't need this story at all whatsoever. I think that these guys need Hassan a lot more than I need Ethan.
And I look forward to Hassan paying for your lawyer fees, too. I mean, that's the least he could do, right? I mean, he's just sitting on a hoard of wealth like Smog the
go look at Noah Samson's video in between the Ethan Klein one. How many views did that one get?
Dragon. The least he could do is fucking toss a few coins to my boy living with his parents at age 26. That's a reference to a video he put out.
I get like a new Ethan Klein every 3 months.
Hate to parent dwellers. George Genitis, the human STD. It's actually incurable. You don't want to catch this one.
All right, let's jump ahead a little bit.
It could be fatal too.
Oh, this is when Mudahar calls in. Let's hear this.
Pro-genocide.
Bro, it's so insane because like I've said it like publicly. It's like even with like Hassan or whatever, it's like there are some people that just have the ability to turn their like I guess you could say victim.
The truth isn't defamation. Are you like retarded? That's not the truth at all. You even literally saw the part where he just straight up lied about Muda, I guess. I don't know.
Hard on and off, right? Like, you know, it's easy to be Muslim when it's convenient. Just if you want that victim card on you or like a brown skinned person, but it's like...
Dude, Mudahar coming in and talk about Linux right now. Thank God. We needed somebody to talk gaming on the podcast.
I live it every day, you know? Like, I can't turn that off.
Ooh,
so when I see
boy.
guys like Noah come in and tell me what I shouldn't and should not feel, especially when I've grown in that environment, like I've grown up in a Muslim household, various degrees of conservative Muslim household too, like depending on how far, like if you go to my grandparents and stuff. So it's just, when I was in that video talking about like my piece towards the end, that came from like a personal experience, something that I highly doubt Noah's been through. So it's shocking that when I'm not on their side, when I'm not on the accepted side, I'm just the Uncle Tom. I'm fucking out of it. Like I don't know what I'm saying.
Why?
Like,
yeah, and this is how they do it, everybody. That's how they treated Ethan Klein even. He's the Uncle Tom of fucking... he wasn't the approved Jew, right? Ethan's this, Ethan's that. Then Ethan's unhinged. Ethan's crazy. He doesn't agree with our talking points. AB, oh, he's a house slave, okay? Fuck what he's feeling right now. He's a house slave for Ethan Klein. Oh, Mudahar, he doesn't agree with me. Oh, he's the token brown guy for the alt-right. He's being Neo Bunty King right now. Just calm down. Calm down, Mudahar.
This guy.
You're getting a little rowdy, Mudahar. Like, that's how they treat these guys.
Fuck you.
A bunch of white guys get in a room and talk about how all the minorities are wrong about everything.
Yeah, it's like, it's always like, listen to the diverse voice.
A bunch of white guys, white girls, and a Turk.
Just listen to what they're saying.
They called him a house Arab.
This guy disagreeing, he supports genocide. Don't worry about him. Saying like the worst shit possible about you. Like, why the fuck do they target you with the worst shit possible?
Dude, I normally, like, I wouldn't even get into the legal trenches of this, right? Because it's like, I'm not at the stage you're at where it's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go. Like I'm in the trenches. Like normally I wouldn't because it's kind of like an apprehensive thing. But when Noah puts me up as like a genocide supporter, right, and like a thumbnail and everything, and I watch his videos, like it's insane because I've had my own lawyers. Like I've sat down and spent billable hours.
You spent billable hours with lawyers watching the video and then released a fucking notes apology where you spelled half the words wrong. I don't believe this, dude. I just don't believe. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm like preemptively fucking pushed to not believe anything Mudahar has to say because he's been such a crazy liar recently, and maybe that's not fair. All right, but like, you spent billable hours with lawyers who told you to put out a notes app declaration you were suing somebody right after the. I don't know.
Watched his videos, and we're just like sitting there like, where the fuck does he get off saying this kind of shit? Like dude, I have a fucking legal bill I'm looking at. For all, like, it's part of, like, the fucking accounting.
Like, Mudahar, wouldn't people be talking about this infinitely less if you didn't announce on Twitter you were suing Noah Samson? Would you really be, like, talked about in this conversation? Again, I don't see anybody talking about Turkey Tom. I don't see fucking anybody talking about Tom, and he's not, like, attached to the lawsuit. So, like, I don't know. That doesn't mean he doesn't have, like, a right to be mad about it. I don't understand the whole, like, it's affecting my business now, or whatever angle.
It doesn't make any sense anymore. Like, I look at...
He ex-ChatGPT... I hope that Mudahar is not, like, ChatGPT-ing shit, because he's literally the guy who made fun of Mama Max for it, but I don't know. Apparently Carl Jobst is... dude, so AI is a fucking danger.
Look at everything that he says, and I just think, like, how do you get out... And it was my wife that came in and she's like, listen, it's kind of like calling you a predator, like a child predator or something,
totally.
Right? Like, you know, you could, it's one thing if somebody says something about me that, like, you know, whatever, it's not going to cause me harm at the end of the day. Like, it's just internet beef. This is like, you might as well call me the worst thing imaginable.
Yep.
And at some point, like, I'm going to have to respond to you. And if me, like, because I don't want to do this thing where I make like a video back and forth. Like, I don't want to feed into like nonsense drama if it's not going to do anything. I'd rather it be in a public record. If that's the only way to like defend ourselves at all, you know,
100%.
Which it seems like it is.
Yeah. And
what?
Previously when I've gotten into...
Wait, what? It's the only way that I can defend myself from this allegation in a court of law. I get why, like, I don't want to make a video is a reasonable, like, thing. Oh, okay, you don't have to make the video. But you guys, like, you're a million sub YouTuber. You can't think of another way to potentially set the record straight on this? Especially when it's just, like, you're in the thumbnail. You're, like, rarely talked about, I guess, in the video. Okay.
Like spats like this where people are lying about you. You can make a video, you show the receipts, and then everyone's like, oh, okay, he's telling the truth. In this case, these people, Hassan and co, who are part of this cult, they don't care being wrong. That's part of their strategy. They are knowingly malicious. They don't care. It's like,
I think to a degree he's probably right.
it's just about the target. It's not about the...
I'll steal man. I think his point is these guys will get in a vid battle and the public record will never be set straight. I don't think it's a matter of public record. I think it's a matter of team sports. I think every single person on Ethan's side of the spectrum will be unswayed by Noah Samson's video at this point, and I think every single person on Hassan's side of the aisle will be like completely unswayed by any Mudahar response. I don't think that there's a majority opinion that Mudahar is a fucking... Like, I don't think that Hassan's audience is the majority here. I simply don't. I think you're in the bubble right now, and this is where we are, and this is what we're interacting with when we're watching these content creators. I don't think these guys are the majority at all. If I was wrong about that statement, maybe I'd feel differently. But I feel like the majority see this as, like, completely unreasonable.
The method of criticism is just about destroying the target, and they don't care how it's done. We could prove 1,000 times over that they're just totally materially lying, but they won't care. All they'll say now is that we're trying to silence his free speech, which is
Dude, I hated that so much. Like, so I've seen the whole rumbling. It's like, oh, you guys are shutting down free speech, and I think I tweeted about like,
I don't like, so Ethan's left and his team's trying to kick him out. I don't see this as like a left-right issue. I guess I see it more of like drama team sports, because that's really all this is. None of these people are like, this isn't a political issue. This is a YouTube drama issue, and people are using dead children and women to shield their side. That's where you guys don't seem to understand this. All these guys are they're gonna get you on stream, they're gonna sit you down and tell you this is a matter of life or death, this is genocide. No, this is YouTube drama. You guys aren't fighting genocide. You're fighting like the urge to eat a sandwich when you could be watching the newest Bad Empanada video to save the children. Okay? This is literally YouTube drama.
Andrew Tate having like a defamation case where like they literally used his own words, and I'm like, well, that's you shutting down free speech. And I've seen like so many people equate that to this situation right here, us looking into like the legal options. And I'm like, no, this is obviously very different because the letter you just read, right? Like just my section alone and then your section, it's like
I can't disagree with anybody more when they try to argue that with me. It's like, Nick, this isn't your neck of the woods here, buddy. You're talking about Israel, Palestine. You're talking about. I'm trying not to. I'll be honest with you. I'm trying to avoid it as much as I possibly can because at the core of this issue, you're not part of the in group. So I'm going to go back through your entire history and I'm going to disown you publicly. And I'm going to gaslight a shitload of people into thinking they always hated you and that you were always unhinged. And I'm going to attack your credibility. This is boilerplate YouTube drama. It's not a... You don't have to know anything about politics to understand why this is bullshit.
Mishandled. You've like misconstrued everything.
And as you learn more about the political aspects, you learn like, oh, okay, this is wrong now for these additional reasons.
Shown. We have the context and evidence out there. You could have seen it. You know, you could have relayed it. Dude, I did an investigation on that guy, Completionist, like a year and a half ago with like Carl Jobs, right? And in that investigation, I was so careful on what I could say and what I couldn't say. Like that video had to be like legally verified. I got it checked numerous times. I do it for every investigation. Specifically after our beef, actually. After that, like I fucking renewed into a changed man. I'm like, everything that I say has to have like a fucking bullet behind it.
Dude, I'm so mind raped on the Completionist now. Carl Jobs came out in messages on his Discord freaking out. And again, I like Carl. He's tweeting out like, oh, does your lawyers ever, like, do you ever ask your lawyer what you can say in your Billy videos? And they're like, fuck no, dude. Every lawyer on planet Earth is going to tell me to say nothing. I can't do that. I was like, oh, okay. And then today, there's a tweet that comes up, not a tweet, a Discord message that comes up, and he's like, with the Billy situation, I ran my defense through ChatGPT several times, and it came up with no conceivable way we could lose. And if we did lose, the damages wouldn't be very high. So we're shocked that we lost this ruling. And I'm just like, and now I'm hearing Mudahar say this, and I just don't believe it anymore.
First time. I do it for every investigation.
Like, he better come with some really convincing shit this weekend when he responds.
Specifically after...
I've kind of held my tongue on everything, and I'm pretty disappointed with what I've seen so far, but...
After our beef, actually. After that, like, I fucking...
Yeah, like, Carl Jobs was interacting with Mudahar, and then during this time frame when we're all making fun of Mama Max, this guy's ChatGPTing his Billy Mitchell lawsuit. And I'm out here thinking that Carl, like, legitimately, Carl was like an inspiration. This is as gay as it sounds. Carl was like an inspiration for me returning to do drama content because I thought he did it really well. That's why I use a lot of the Carl Jobs music and stuff like that. Because that was the drama content, because I was watching gaming content. That was the drama content I was watching in the headspace when I made that video. So it was like, oh, well, this is... I even put like a Carl Jobs Easter egg in the video. So that was kind of crazy.
And renewed into a changed man.
He does drama content well. I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you how. I will update you on how good Carl is at drama content after he posts his video. Because I thought that too, but the things I'm reading in his Discord server are telling me that might not be the case. I don't know.
Like, everything that I say has to have like a fucking bullet behind it. Because the day it goes to court, you know, the day, because I know that I can get sued, obviously, within a year of making a video per, like, you know, most defamation statutes. Unlike Noah, it's like you got, like, I have to come with all the evidence prepared. And when I see these guys making their, like, actual slop videos, like I know that these guys use slop as, like, the most negative term, but Noah's video was by far the sloppiest thing that I've seen.
Yeah, the biggest fucking, I actually agree with Mudahar. I think that, the term slop is like so commonly, it's used to describe short form content that people don't realize long form content can be slop. Like a stream highlight, yeah, sure, that's slop. But a well-made video essay that's not actually well-made and it's complete shit it usually flies under the slop radar.
And like the fact that it was so deconstructed so well, these people will never listen to it. And the problem is, you're right. It's
Chud went over it. He went over the Billy Mitchell videos. I don't know what Chud said and what Chud saw, but I feel like you kind of again, I don't know how much he was covering it. You have to understand there's a huge distinction between the initial lawsuit, the second lawsuit that he was funding. So these are two different Billy Mitchell lawsuits. One of them didn't end up happening, but it was like a cease and desist that was sent or whatever that was responded to. There was two potential lawsuits. One actually happened. And then you have to understand the difference between the what's the other lawsuit? The one with Twin Galaxies. You have to understand that whilst he's making videos talking about his case, a significant portion of his content was talking about the Twin Galaxies lawsuit that was obviously about video games and records and stuff like that. You have to be able to differentiate the two. And I don't know, I assume Chud had done that, but that's like the biggest task, is understanding that there are multiple lawsuits at play and that his channel probably goes towards the Twin Galaxies lawsuit rather than his own defamation. Carl was quite misleading, I think. I agree Carl was misleading, but the amount he was misleading could fluctuate based on your knowledge of what actually was going on, if that makes sense. Because it makes sense why he would cover the Twin Galaxies lawsuit during his suit with Billy Mitchell. He's in contact with the lawyers. He's interacting with the case. And it's about video games. It's literally about what his channel's about. So I'd understand why he'd be covering that. I think Chud did that. Oh, yeah, okay. That's like the main thing, though. If anybody's covering it, they need to be able to differentiate.
They just want to target. There's so many better targets for them that actually like.
Dude, there's shit happening right now. Hassan just spent like another 2 hours talking about me on his stream. It's like, bro, there's shit happening.
I saw Papa Gut watch a little bit of this. I'm pretty sure this is when it becomes like the Hassan Piker shit hour, dude. Just like fuck Hassan Piker hour.
Happening right now, dude. Like actual shit. Like what, like, dude. There's, yeah.
It's like there are so many targets out in the world that probably deserve like actual criticism. So it's like when you're going after like the actual Palestinian supportive voices, it's insane. Like I hate the co-opt use of these guys. Like you're targeting pro-Palestinian voices. I'm like, you can be very pro-Palestinian. I am. You can also not be siding with terrorism. Like to go back to my history, like post 9/11, if you grew up as a Muslim in North America, like you got looks, you know? I believe one of the first hate crimes against after 9/11 was towards like a Sikh individual, right?
Okay, I can't do it anymore. I don't want to hear Mudahar, so I'm jumping over to Hassan Piker.
Prices down.
Let's hear Hassan Piker talk about this lawsuit for a little while, and then we're gonna move on.
They think you paid international student tuition as a New Jersey
Hassan's origin story.
At Rutgers. Lamal's people
His parents are extremely wealthy. His mom is a landlord of like many commercial buildings, which is
ironic. Oh, good. We didn't watch this part yet, so we're seeing more of it.
Because Hassan famously said, landlords should be pulled into the street and the street should run
impressive insult.
red with their blood. His mom is a prolific landlord. His dad is a member of like one of the largest Turkish military political parties. They're very, very wealthy.
What the fuck is he saying, bro? First of all, why is he talking about my family? Secondly, did he get bored of making shit up about me that he moved on to making shit up about my family? Like, what the
I feel like that still qualifies as making shit up about you, even though it is your family.
Fuck Turkish military
In
parties?
fact, Hassan, Turkey also has mandatory service, but Hassan actually, they sent him off to college. By the way,
also, who the fuck watches this and goes, this is amazing. I love this. This is...
Could you imagine, though, just being Hassan Piker for a minute? When you're just sitting there, you're doing something right now. And obviously, I mean, he does ask for this a lot. But somebody sends you a clip, and it's just Ethan Klein explaining the inner workings of, like, your mandatory military service or something, and then your family. You're like, oh, dude, all right, I'm just going to have a normal day today. And then you're just like, what the fuck?
Like... Exactly.
Just at a human level, I think that's pretty fun. I don't know.
He
has zero self. He has no idea what is happening, of course, but I just find it funny.
My content is. This is what
they sent him to college from Turkey, which is fucking extraordinarily expensive for anyone in the world.
No, it's not. First of all, I got a fuck ton of scholarships. And secondly, I went to a state school afterwards in the state that I was born in.
let on someone.
Wait, what does the state school afterwards have to do with that claim? If you went to, okay, I don't. This isn't really important.
What university did you go to here? Like, was it NYU?
He went to Rutgers, and he went to another one that I think he got
internationally. That's not cheap at all.
Oh, it's it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And so they sent
Fuck. Oh, I thought the thing glitched. It's just Hassan's dead air. Oopsie. He went to college in Miami. I guess the point is he's not international.
It's just
I don't
like
know.
super basic shit.
So he got sent to college and then went to state school.
Doesn't make any sense. It's super basic shit. What is happening? in so much seasoning. Now, does that fit the standard of defamation? I don't know. Because,
wait, hold
again,
on. I want to
these
hear
are
this. Yeah,
malleable-
let's see.
a terrorist supporter who spends all day lying. It's funny, this narrative. Ethan's obsessed with his son. Literally spends hours every day on his stream talking about me. I saw the guy. I saw him.
Cool. I didn't want to interrupt.
So guess what? Don't worry, buddy. I got time for it.
Dude, has Ethan spent one day talking about me where he doesn't actively defame me? Making insane claims. Like insane.
Wait, what?
I mean,
oh, this is for his audience, clearly, because this is.
Even
like
here, he's like,
wild angle.
Doesn't he call me at some point like a terrorist supporting fuck? Like, so much.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he did that. No, I think, yeah.
So much seasoning. Now, does that fit the standard of defamation?
No, it's true.
I don't know. Because again, these are malleable. These are subjective terms. They're vague terms. So you can fucking fit that profile for
what?
For me, if I were to call Ethan.
Dude, when he's saying these things, right? What he's doing is he places them next to clips where you say things that make him come to those conclusions. It's not like he's just fired up the stream and he's like, yeah, so Hassan is a terrorist-loving sympathizer or whatever, and then that's the end of it. He'll play clips that are like supplementary to that.
A terrorism-supporting fuck for supporting the nation-state of Israel or the United States of America. I don't think that that's grounds for defamation.
Yeah, because no reasonable person would think that. But what Ethan's saying is a lot more, I mean, like, I think the general population can kind of get what he's putting down, I know, I don't think that would happen if you said that you're a supporter of the United States of America. No.
You know what I mean?
No. I think I know what your chat thinks that you mean.
Like, as long as you can prove actual malice, then yes. I don't know.
And he's like taking legal advice from chat, so it's like
you have to also.
He's literally on the same level as me on that one.
Have damages, right? I mean, I guess he could report damages, but like, I didn't do anything to him. He fucking did this himself.
Dude, have
Also,
you tried talking to Sean DeBlack about this? I think he's pretty educated, according to H3 Snark. He could probably explain this to you. I mean, it's out of his area of expertise, from what I'm aware, but I mean, he might have something to say.
I have no malice. He's literally talked about how he wants.
I'm sorry, did he just say I have no malice?
Also, I have no malice. He's
okay, dude. Yeah, okay, dude. Yeah, sick. Awesome.
Literally talked about how he wants me to lose everything and how he fucking hates me. I have never said that because I don't believe that. I want him to be happy. I want him to be emotionally secure.
Okay, dude. This is ridiculous. This is actually insane that I'm listening to him say these. What the fuck, dude?
Secure in his life, in his personal relationships. I want him to live a happy and healthy life. And I know that this is not the right way for that. Did
he hit a button? Is he on ecstasy? What is happening right now?
Entertaining this shit is, going to...
This is Alex leaving the voice notes. Literally, what the fuck is this?
Further collapse his businesses.
Mile. I'm taking the trash out. I'm saving you for my main course, you fucking propagandist, lying scumbag, terrorist supporter who spends all day lying. It's funny, this narrative. Ethan's obsessed with his son. Literally spends hours every day on his stream talking about me. I saw the guy. I saw him.
Cool.
Yeah,
I didn't
saw
want to
him.
interrupt.
So guess what? Don't worry, buddy. I got time for everybody. I'm making time for everybody.
Thank God, man. Ay, ay, ay.
He's worried the Discovery will show that Hassan is deep in the whole gay op. Oh God, imagine Discovery for this shit. All right, Hassan, you got to talk at some point. You
know
make
what
my
I mean?
job harder.
And I'm just that kind of guy. The world is wide enough for all of us. Hamilton.
Like, is there no point where anybody in his orbit goes, hey, man, you look like a fucking psycho? Like, you sound like a psycho.
Dude, you have
Like,
like
this is
the
not-
most diligent yes men in any community I've ever seen. This is the fucking guy firing a machine gun from his glass house. What are you talking about?
This is not good content. This is not making you look good. You can't just like decide to fucking sue people because they made criticisms of your commentary. That's not a thing that, I mean, you could do that and you could waste a lot of money doing that, but I don't know if that's going to make you look cool. How
What?
obsessed are you for Ethan Klein to talk about his obsession for you? I know.
Wait, literally though. No, that was a good question. That's not really what happened. I mean, obviously, this is Hassanified. Let's move it up a little bit.
This is it?
God, his head's kind of small. I know people have said this for a while. I always thought it was like the camera angle. But he's kind of got a small head.
Noah Samson, Noah Sparks, demand for correction pursuant to California Civil Code. Dear Mr. Samson, we are counsel for Mudahar Anas, Muda, and Ethan Klein, Ethan, collectively our clients. If you have counsel, please forward this letter to them.
All right, so Lonerbox isn't involved in this. It's just so Lonerbox and Tom aren't in, and Mudahar and Ethan Klein are.
And have them contact me about this matter. We are writing to you pursuant to California Civil Code, CC, Section 48A, demanding you make a retraction and correction in compliance.
Hassan's hairline has been receding since ending frenemies. Is that true? Imagine if his hair started growing back the minute Leftovers was over.
With their statute. With the statute. Your March 11, 2025 video titled, The YouTubers Who Backed the Genocide, the first defamatory video. The defamatory video contains numerous defamatory statements against our clients, which are set forth below. The law of defamation. Libel is defined, we already know.
What the fuck? How did we get on the Shark Tank? No. Okay.
It wasn't the argument that he was making. In the fucking video, he literally, am I wrong? Didn't he say in the video that the entirety of the deaths in the Syrian civil war was attributed to Hezbollah, according to Ethan? He's the one who...
Noah, I think you defamed him. I don't think that there's any future for you in this business, so for those reasons, I'm out.
Fucking said the wrong thing. And here's the difference between myself and someone like Ethan. I didn't look at that and immediately go, oh, he's directly lying. I said he's too stupid because he just looked at Wikipedia, most likely, and looked at the top number and thought, oh, Hezbollah did this.
So did he not say that? Chat's saying he didn't say that. You're a tanky, I'm out? What? Wait, what are you talking about? That's the first time I've ever been called a tanky. I've gotten Nazi, I've gotten leftist, I've gotten libtard or libcuck. I've never been... Oh, you mean a Shark Tank. Oh my god. No, don't ban him, don't ban him, don't ban him, don't ban him. It was a joke, it was a joke, it was a joke. Oh my god. Ah! I was like, that's the first time anyone's ever called me that before. There's not a lot of firsts on this fucking platform anymore for me, okay? I've been doing this for a long time. Hassan, talk, please. Come on, dude. You gotta give me something.
I don't know if he said it in the nuke or not, because I didn't watch the nuke, as you guys know.
Dude, disrupted me, bro. What the fuck? The joke's so good you nearly got banned.
Dude, this is like some Trumpian nonsense, by the way. This is some shit Trump is doing. Like, how is Ethan Klein any different than Donald Trump? Just a much smaller version of that, I guess.
Okay, this is like really slow.
Get away with it because like, who the fuck's gonna defend the Houthis, right? But like, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
What?
You got. You fucking got, dude. You didn't do diligent research when you were trying to put together this fucking Hasbara slop.
What?
What are we doing?
Oh, so they're just kind of clinging to the fact that the kid's not a Houthi terrorist, even though he's like... Okay, cool, awesome. Sick. That face when you realize Trump is their Ethan Hassan destiny.
I just
True.
saw Keffel's tweet on Nicholas DeOrio.
Thank you,
Keffels
Reaper.
appreciated the shout out.
Hassan was interviewed by Dan Le Batard. Video out today. In the title of the video it's quoted, Hassan shares obsessive motivation, insecurities, combating hate and media. Hassan never got asked a tough question about anything.
Are you serious? That's funny, dude. So they just put all the shit in the title that people would want to see and then they gave him a softball? That's funny.
So confused.
Hey, Toucans.
You think he's going to go through with this or is he just clowning?
Nick? I really like you.
Bungus, I'm sorry. I did not... I don't manage the fucking notifications.
I think he's insane enough to do it. He's insane enough to do it because he knows that he has a lot of fucking money to burn. He doesn't give a shit. It's clear to me that he doesn't care about any of his like former friendships. He very clearly doesn't care about...
Dude, why the fuck would he care about his former friendships when his former friendships are the ones who are fucking him in the ass right now? You guys are literally like re-purity testing him for months because he disagreed with you on one subject. You literally chased him into normie land, bro. This guy could have been your little fucking... I guess maybe he couldn't have. He wasn't going to deal with it. But it's just like, dude, you had him, all right? And then you guys fucking chased him away. Why would he want to be friends with you? You guys treat him like shit, dude.
He very clearly doesn't care about like his analytics crumbling. People are fucking leaving his community by the thousands.
What, leaving the H3 Productions channel that was dormant for years? Is that your justification? I guess the podcast channel is probably still losing.
Proof, you are speaking his opinion, speaking with evidence to his claim. I don't understand how this is defamatory. This doesn't even seem to meet the burden of proof of damages from the potential plaintiff.
Nicholas, the goat. Thank you for
it's
the
interesting because
$5,
like
that never gets old, dude. That never gets old, dude.
there are rules against this.
Who is that? That's I'm Alex. That's I'm Alex today.
Like you can't just you can't in the state of California especially, you can't just fucking hit someone with a lawsuit like this unless there is some serious defamation that took place. California's
I feel like they think there is... Okay, so it's in California.
Statute provides for a special motion, and Ethan knows this because he's been involved in this, right? Doesn't he have one for fucking, what is it, Brian Kavanaugh or whatever?
Well, his anti-slap got denied.
Ironic.
What do you mean you could sue a ham sandwich? I have a feeling there's a certain sandwich who's not going to be happy with me tomorrow, but I'll talk about that before I end tonight.
Ironically enough, he has become a Brian Kavanaugh. But yeah.
A particular masculine sandwich is not going to be happy with me.
Provides a special motion to strike a complaint where the complaint arises from the activity exercising the rights of petition and free speech. The statute was first enacted in 1992. The statute was enacted to correct the abuse of the anti-slap statute.
You keep saying who? I guarantee that 80 to 90% of you don't even know who I'm talking about. It's not a guessing game.
Strategic lawsuits against public participation. It happens when someone, usually a rich person...
You guys probably weren't even here when that lore happened.
Companies...
No, not Philip DeFranco!
...silence their critics by slapping them with a costly lawsuit. How do they not realize that this is precisely what he's trying to do?
You know what I'm going to do? I'm probably going to cut this stream in half because we're already approaching the 5-hour mark and I haven't gotten to fucking subject 2 yet. I think on I'm gonna do a little bit more Hassan, and then I think we're gonna do no Ethan or Hassan on Saturday night. That's the plan. Saturday night. I'm gonna be off tomorrow on Saturday, off Sunday on Monday. So we're gonna be doing 3 streams in 5 days. That's how this is gonna go. Heads up, that's the plan. So tomorrow next is like the other smorgasbord segment and Nerd City and whatever else I can fit. So we're probably just doing, if you're waiting for anything else, I'm giving you the chance to leave now.
It's
It
probably
sounds like we're going to add a Bo Black stream to that too.
safe bet that the vast majority of people have never heard the term slap, even though it's a major factor in California litigation. It's also likely that if you're reading this, it is because you are involved in litigation where the issue of anti-slap motion has arisen and you are looking for information. SLAP is an acronym for Strategic Lawsuits Against Public Participation. It's a lawsuit filed for the improper purpose of trying to silence criticism or to prevent someone from pursuing their own right to redress. I'm trying to not be biased here.
Fuck off. I can't watch him anymore. All right. I'm going to do the thread now. I'm going to do the thread. Oh, God. I don't know what thread it was, dude. Dude, we jumped from Mudahar to Hassan to fucking H3 Snark. Why did I schedule it like this? Oh, this guy's fucking bad faith. Let's go read the... Oh. Ethan, being an Israeli genocide supporter, will now be settled in court. Interesting to see how this plays out. It'll be a cease and desist, nothing more. I kind of think that might be the case, but apparently it's not, and apparently we're going to find out very soon. But I mean, a week ago I'd have told you that. It's not a threat. I am going to sue him, so nothing is underway. Just more hot air. P.S. I love the filter. My lawyers can't do shit. Ethan in the future. Lawsuits are the last resort for thin-skinned crybabies. Pretty sure any reputable lawyer would say he doesn't have a case. Again, no, I don't think that the lawyers that he's been using to win cases would say that, but I'd be surprised. I can't even begin to tell you how much of a failure this will be. Defamation suits are already extremely difficult to do in the U.S. Never mind where Noah is completely correct. I don't think that's true. Hassan has infinitely more of a reason to sue Ethan for his 5 months. Okay, that's absolutely not true. I mean, even Hassan doesn't have just reason because okay, so that's. Oh no. Okay, never mind. All these people are retarded. This is like a fucking hive mind for retarded people. Holy shit. Remember how he was confidently suing the Snark subreddit? What happened to that? Again, there have been so many... Dude, Dan Saltman was suing like 15 people over the Twitch anti-Semitism stuff. I think it was like 3. I keep using 15 and 16 tonight. Dan Saltman was suing like 3 fucking people. That didn't happen. Or 3 different class action lawsuits or something. There was the fucking lawsuit against Reddit that never came out. There was the lawsuit against the Snark subreddit, which I guess is the same lawsuit that never came out. Dude, the last 6 months have had so much lawfare. Maybe that's not even the right terminology. So many like legal threats that I don't believe any of this shit until I see it. You know, the only lawsuit I'm tracking right now is Pixie and Destiny, because it's the only one that's currently able to be found on Google. So that's the only lawsuit I'm really invested in, is the one that happened. So I'll become invested when I see some paperwork. I think that's reasonable. Please tell me that's a filter and he hasn't aged 20 years in 2 days. Well, someone just said, well, H3 Snark is down. I imagine the mods locked the sub to appease the lawsuit. Yeah, but like, what do you think this is? Like, Leftovers H3 is literally just H3 Snark of a different name, so I don't know. Bro truly does not understand how defamation works. You need 2 things to even have a chance at defamation. First and foremost, the claims have to be not true, which they are not true, yeah. And the student's entire argument is your own clips. You have nothing. Okay, so this guy's delusional. Second, most importantly, you have to prove the claims directly affected your personal income and revenue. I do think this is more reasonable. The podcast and his public image have been in a downward spiral. I don't believe that's the case, but there's not a chance in hell anyone can prove a direct link between this guy losing anything and the YouTube. I think his argument for this will be that he was losing already prior to upload. Like, if he's losing on main, he was losing since Frenemies, right? When's the last time that like the H3 podcast was gaining subscribers? Unless I'm wrong about this. I'm pretty sure his channel's been in not a free fall, but he's been in like a steady downward thing on H3 podcast for like years. H3 podcast social. Why did Social Blade become cringe? What the fuck is this now? Oh, too red. Videos to you fucker. Okay, monthly gained views. Monthly gained subscribers. What happened in July 20? Okay, never mind. Are we gonna? There's no total. This is so fucking stupid, dude. Why is Social Blade so fucking useless? Awesome, dude. Awesome. Oh, there we go. Projected subscribers. Unfortunately, this is like the future, so. Projected subscribers. He's going to drop to 2 million by March of 2026, dude. He's gonna lose 700,000 more subs. So, I gotta love Social Blade, dude. It's so useful. Such a cool thing. Such a cool functionality. Mr. Beast is his own stat tracker for YouTubers now, does he? The actual title should read, Ethan Klein confidently states he's planning on suing. Yeah, I mean, whatever. Ethan, the ultimate bitch-made pussy, hiding behind his irrelevant threats and suing people because he knows him and Hila are going to get bodied by the current ones. Cry more, losers. We'll never see what material damages he can prove from a video that's 2 weeks old. That's what I'm saying. He's been bleeding at least 10k subs for months. The last time I think he was in the positive was during... Okay, so there we go. He's been losing for a very long time. That whole group, he's a clown. Lawyer when E phones him and Ethan phones him. LMAO, you don't need to do that clip chip t-shirt shit to heal a tattoo. What a fucking nerd. Oh, are they still complaining about the fucking tattoo of his wife? Holy shit, dude. What else is going on in Snarkland? This is a risky click right now. Oh, the TikTok 15-year-old replied in a TikTok. Hassan reacts to Ethan Klein and H3 crew fantasizing about his sex life.
In the merch. And he cut off the sleeves too, by the way. It was fucking cool as hell.
Yeah, that's so hot.
This guy will watch any fucking video other than the one that Ethan made about him. It's crazy. I've seen Hassan react to like 50 videos that are just not the one video he would need to do the debate.
In here fantasizing about Hassan Piker having sex? What?
What? Did you? Oh, he's literally doing it. Wait.
Klein, Hosburn.
He just reads the chat of the person writing the bad faith schizo shit. And then he's like, what? No way. What?
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 Rocking the merch. And he cut off the sleeves too, by the way. It was fucking cool as hell.
Yeah, that's so hot.
I'm not going to fashion police him, but these shoes do not go. I'm sorry. The shoes just don't fucking go with the outfit. It's ridiculous.
Outside, motherfucker.
Like, bro, get real. Can you please get real? Oh my God. Hassan's the type of dude who watches himself in the mirror when he has sex.
Mm-hmm.
He probably sets up a mirror and jerks off watching himself.
I don't want to think about that, man.
Think about
too
it.
much. Nope.
Think of
What is this fucking weird, cringy, disgusting, degenerate edit? Okay, I can't watch
like
this.
random
All these people are
anonymous
freaks. They're like sexed up fucking... None of these people are listening to Hassan for politics. I don't believe that's the case. What a weird fucking edit. All the edits on... These are weird fucking people. When you log into your old college email for a while and you find this gem, copyright infringement, misrepresentation, what is this? Well, I was locked out of my old college email for a while. When I got back in today, I had allegedly posted a clip on the Snark page when it was active, where Dan admitted the main sub was banning anyone in Snark. Guess they didn't like that too much. Shall I post the highlights of the letter? 1, they got my name wrong. 2, they addressed me as Mr. when I am a woman. So I guess this is like... What is this? Rom is Ethan's lawyer? I'm guessing it's like a cease and desist? Or maybe an action? I don't know. Post that was nuked from the main sub in under 5 minutes. Video shows aid workers killed in Gaza under gunfire barrage with ambulance lights on. Am I like fucking crazy? Like, of course this was removed from the H3 podcast subreddit? Wait, what? Why would this... There's not even a comment about Ethan here. It's just like... This is aid workers getting killed in gunfire barrage. I can't believe Ethan's subreddit removed it. The nerve of those mods. In effort to try to reduce the spam and low quality content. Wow, that is a generic message and a half. Holy shit. Translation, this post doesn't fit our Zionist propaganda. It's not even a fucking Israeli sub. Okay, so the stupid Ramadan post is moot now for sure. Are other posts about general world news politics deleted? Because if not, nope, because 90% of the time if you see Ethan posting Instagram stories about anti-Hamas protests or whatever, it's because somebody posted the article in their subreddit earlier. Sort of something okay. Dude, holy shit. Yeah, it's totally the same, dude, if they're just showing people get gunned down in a video and posted to Reddit. They banned the people dying post. Yeah, what a bunch of cowards, dude. Ethan treats former fans worse than Ryan Kavanaugh. I mean, here's the reality of the situation. Former Ethan Klein fans that come from this subreddit aren't human. And they should be treated far worse than, like, Ryan Kavanaugh is. Objectively. Like, legitimately, all of these people should be shunned. None of them should be granted amnesty. He should keep a list of every single person that he finds out interacts on the subreddit and personally ban them from every aspect of his social media, and it would be justified. Ryan sent a private investigator to my house who... Okay, this is not real. I don't know why I'm reading this. That's
He
ridiculous.
asked a lawyer on air if you could be sued.
This like schizophrenic person is saying that Ryan Kavanaugh sent a private investigator to their house, verbally threatening that Ryan could sue me if I didn't talk to him about Ethan in Wikipedia.
For domestic
They're
terror.
literally writing fan fictions. What the fuck, dude?
Prism, shut the fuck up. No, he did not.
Noah continues to support Palestine in a new video, despite intimidation. No, asshole. What? What? What are you talking about? Did Ethan stand up and say, "You shall not defend Gaza"? That's not... What? No. And the haircut is... What? Okay. Yeah, alright. This is great. Despite the intimidation from Ethan Klein... It's as if, like, Ethan is just totally anti-Palestine, and that's the only reason that he's... Okay. Do this or get sued. Your only option to avoid litigation. You provide our office with all correspondence you had with the moderators of H3 Snark. You provide our... Oh, so I guess this is, like... I guess this is happening now. This is happening, the H3 Snark lawsuit. You provide our office with... I mean, this is the cease and desist. It's not like anything's been filed either, but I guess he is following through it in some regard if this is from late March. You provide our office with all correspondence you have with Reddit. 5, you provide our office with information regarding the identities of H3 Snark moderators. If you do not or cannot satisfy all 5 conditions, TEI will sue you for copyright infringement and misrepresentation. Keep in mind that federal court filings are public. Anyone performing a simple Google search on you, let alone background check, will discover this information. Once a judgment is entered against you, the court finding that you've engaged in copyright infringement and lied about a legal document will also be publicly available. You have until March 25th, 2025 at 5 p.m. to agree to these terms. So I don't know when this was sent. Noah Samson made a community post on the YouTube channel. Due to certain events outside of my control, which I can't publicly comment on at the moment, I haven't been able to make regular videos for the past 2 weeks. In the meantime, I want to recommend an excellent video that popped up on my feed from a smaller... And it's like, H3 lied about the war on journalism. Like, dude, this guy's clearly not talking to a lawyer either. This is a fucking psychotic thing to post. Hey guys, I'm being sued right now. Anyways, you should watch this video saying the things that are in my previous video.
Shout out AB's mom. How you doing? You can call in if you want, if you're watching. You can give her the link, AB.
She won't. I doubt it.
She won't? You can try.
Ela's PR... Dude, again, like, I'm scrolling through 57 minutes ago, and, like, this is, like, 2016 Ethan, right? He's, like, chubbed Ethan. This is a clip from 4 years ago. It's being posted in real time. Ela's PR team she hired is working overtime to repair their image. I love you. From Ethan.
Say it. I'm
You're
not
saying
moving
you
on
think
to
my
some-
mom is hot.
Oh, yeah.
Olivia recalls the time that Ethan referred to AB's mom as a lactating mammal.
Yeah, I fuck with them.
Oh, yeah.
I was just wearing a MILF shirt the other day. But I would never break up your family, so.
I fuck with that.
I would never
You have
do
the
that.
ability.
Okay.
Is this like a serious post?
My family's already broke.
Talking about the breastfeeding. Don't you remember, Dan?
I can't believe he named this after the Salvo news team.
What's wrong with that? That's the most.
I'm sure
that's the
I
most-
just don't think that she thinks that's hot. You know, like
Well,
I
that's
don't-
not what
you
I
said
said
that you
that
could
he thought
easily.
was hot. It was everything else.
Right, but you've
It
only
was
had
the
so many
suave.
conversations
It was
with
the
her.
way
That's
I
a big
spoke
part
to her.
of
It's
one
the
Okay. YouTuber Ethan Klein loses anti-slap. This is what I was talking about. He lost the anti-slap appeal. He didn't lose the suit. Sorry, I misspoke before.
Snark users. 4, you provide our office with all the correspondence you've had with Reddit. And 5, you provide our office with information regarding the identities of H3 Snark moderators. If you do not or cannot...
Yeah, I can see you read it. What are your thoughts?
Check, we'll discover that. My God.
It's oh my God. All right, pause. We got to pause.
Is this real? Is this actually what fucking...
God, it's so performative. I know why Destiny's community turns around and says that we're performative when we talk about him, because they're used to talking to people like this, who clearly don't give a fuck about anything.
Is this straight up?
You could like copy and paste his reaction to everything onto
know
a
that
different
that's
clip and you wouldn't know. You could literally just pick up his stupid fucking talking box and move it onto any other clip. It'll sound the same.
Same lawyer.
Hassan talks about Ethan Klein trying to bully via litigation in order to get info.
For chat. I know that's the same
I mean it when I say I hate Destiny, so do I.
fucking lawyer that sued Noah, or not sued, but sent a cease and desist to Noah Samson. I'm simply stating.
Yeah, this is probably Ethan's lawyer then, if it's the same one.
That this, like, suing random Redditors for posting videos of what Ethan Klein has said is so incredible to me that I doubt that any fucking lawyer would even write a CND like this.
He must have used
Yeah.
what is this? Hassan encourages a real one at the DC march.
Oh, what's up? Oh my god. Y'all better be putting that Palestine flag emote right now. That's also fuck Ethan Klein. Fuck that Cindy. Fuck Shai Davidai.
Thank you.
Free Palestine.
You want a photo too? Bullshit.
Dad Empanada, cringe. I am pleased to announce CPS has ruled in my favor and I have gained legal custody over the Klein boys. Again, but this is like, I am not the stepdad. I am the dad that stepped up. This is like the type of shit that like Noah Samson is now attaching himself to willingly. He has chosen to make this weird fucking freak his ally. And like Ethan said it and he just went out there and was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I support this guy. Weird as fuck.
You keep saying every single person that is resisting against Israel's unjustifiable genocide of the Palestinians is wrong, immoral, barbaric, bad. Then it's going to, I'm going to start to assume that you don't
What is this? Hassan watching the confused Zionism of Ethan Klein on stream right now. So he's just watching another video. Is he still live watching it? No, he's off. He just watches every video but the content nuke, and he has no idea why this is still going. That's so funny. All right, guys. We're gonna probably end here then.